Where's my? Oh, okay, there we go. I gotta remember all my little settings, man. I was, yeah, wrong plug. But y'all hear me now, right? I'm pretty sure I'm large and in charge. I got change for a penny. Oh heck no.
Yeah.
You gonna dress like that?
Crab
Oh man.
Crab patty.
Oh man. No crab patty's gonna be awesome tonight, baby.
Lord.
Man, you taking it back. You gonna hey, if you don't come back here with like at least 10 Krabby Patties, you failed in life. You failed in life. You don't have 10 Krabby Patties by the time you come back. I can tell you that now. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I love TK's video how lame the new Dodgers would be. Yeah. If I wasn't on mute, you would have heard me say that I knew the cars wasn't gonna be that great, but I didn't think it was gonna be that bad with those cars. It's just wild, man. And you know, the next video I'm gonna do, I'll give you guys a preview. The next video I'm gonna do is talking about Stellantis is going to invest $6 billion on gasoline engines. And I got kind of my little setup now. All those hit one little button, boom, there we go. So here we go right here. Stellantis will invest $6 billion in Brazil by 2030. This is my next video that I'm gonna make. So you can see that they're gonna Stellantis is gonna invest pretty much $6.7 billion in Brazil between 2025 and 2030. It said on Wednesday, aiming to launch over 40 new cars and introduce hybrid flex vehicles in the country. So Brazil can get these freaking engines, but we can't. And there go your guy right there. There you go right there. He's no more reason why we do not have gasoline engines being developed in America anymore. And there go your culprit right there. Our European overlord, Carlos Tavares. And so my next video is going to talk about Stellantis invests $6 billion in the wrong America. I was literally working on it like, oop. Let's see if I can mute this. But yeah, I was already starting to work on the next video. Give you guys like a little sneak preview. Stellantis invests in development in the wrong America. Oh, Stellantis invests in engine development in the wrong America. That's basically what we're looking at right here. That just shows you how bad American politics is. We are the land of the free, but Dodge tells us that they can't make gasoline engines. That's how funny this is. Oh, let me go find this other article. And so while Dodge is telling us that they can't make any more gas engines in America because the government told us that we can't do it, and this is the EV they don't want you to have. Let's look at this article right here. Well, not really an article, but let's look at this on Ford's website. Here we go right here. Supercharger kit for the Dark Horse Mustang. Oh my goodness, 2024 Mustang GT and Dark Horse Supercharger kit. Now the beautiful thing I can say about this is factory warranty. And if you scroll down, we can see the full performance package will deliver 810 horsepower and 615 foot-pounds of torque for active exhaust equipped Mustangs, 10 horsepower less for non-active exhaust Mustangs. So you're going to be able to get 2024 Mustangs supercharged. But then we got, you know, my buddy, my friend of me, Tim Kniss is telling us that they can't make those engines. Now, that's one thing I can say about Tim that I don't really like, that, you know, he has to toe the company line, because a lot of people don't really, you know, realize that Tim Kniss is not exactly the boss of bosses. He's not in charge of Stellantis. He only can do what the boss above him tells him that he is allowed to do. Because that's another art, that's another video I'm going to do, that he was not allowed to get emissions credits, and that is why they had to basically just go cold turkey on all these Hellcats and stuff. I mean, the inline six, I mean, it has a place, and honestly, to me, when I was talking to Tim, he had a desire that he wanted to bring to the market a smaller vehicle, maybe like a small mid-sized vehicle, but he has to have a business case for it. And I was, telling him, like, it's an awesome business case to have a mid-sized Dodge vehicle in the market again. Something that's affordable, cheap, and these little inline six engines could have been a great option to put in that vehicle. So, the reveal, it was just fun in that reveal. I haven't really said anything to Kinesis this week because I kind of wanted to, like, let die down the whole Charger nonsense with the whole reveal, because I know he was getting it from both sides. I was talking to him when the whole the 149 mile per hour nonsense dropped off, and that really he was hearing it from everywhere. Everybody was talking about him and the 149 mile per hour stuff. So I kind of gave Tim his space this week, and I'm gonna basically probably talking about that reveal. It was kind of crazy. Like I didn't really like the part about them bringing back the I wasn't really too fond of them bringing back the Dodge brothers and CGI like that. I'm like, come on, man. I wouldn't want somebody to do it. I wouldn't want someone to bring me back from the dead and make it seem like I'm supposed to be on board with something that pretty much 80 to 90% of the Brotherhood is not for. I just did not like that part at all. And it just, the whole thing was just weird. You can definitely tell the whole thing was done. I mean, hell, I wonder if they went to like Disney's little, God, what do you call that daggone? What do you call that daggone environment they filmed The Mandalorian? The zone, God, let me Google this. What is that daggone, Mandalorian set? I can't remember exactly what it's called. I can't remember. It's the zone, the what is it called? Oh, the volume. That's what it's called. The volume. That seemed like what this whole thing was filmed on. It was filmed on like the volume set at Disney. That's basically what it was. It seemed like Dodge went and talked to Disney like, hey, I saw you guys brought back, General Tarkin and what was that, Rogue One. Then you guys brought back Luke Skywalker in like season 2 of the Mandalorian. So hey, can we bring back Dodge Brothers and put our car in there and let me go on the volume? I'm like, oh God. Oh man, that whole thing was just freaking weird. I mean, honestly, man, it just wild. And then I did the video covering, how bad this car is compared to Tesla. I mean, that basically shows you everything you need to know. Let me open that video up. That way I can see the chart. Because all you basically need to know is that this car cannot hold a candle against other Teslas. That's just basically what it is. Let me see where he skipped towards the end. Okay, here we go. Pause, man. But yeah, you see these stats. I mean, it is wild. It is wild, these stats. Can I? Yeah, there we go. I can go full screen on it. But no, hold on. I got these stats in my Google Sheets. Hold on. I got these stats in my Google Sheets. Let me open my sheets up. Yeah, but these stats were just terrible. I mean, you can just see, man. It just all right, here we go. Yeah. And the problem with these stats is for these the Charter Daytona is going to lose power next year. So this 670 horsepower, all these stats, well, not all the charting stats, but all these stats is going to get worse next year. It's going to have, I keep saying 595, but it's actually going to be 590 horsepower that the Charter Daytona Scat Pack is going to have next year. So it's going to be detuned down. So this 0 to 60, the quarter mile time, all that's going to be slower next year off the gate. So honestly, it's going to do worse against the Tesla Model 3. And the Tesla Model 3 over here, it's going to destroy the Scat Pack next year because there's supposed to be a Tesla Model 3 Ludicrous Edition. It's going to just destroy the Scat Pack. And it's like, I mean, I don't know how much money it's going to cost. If it costs about 60, 65 grand, oh my God, like no one's going to buy the Scat Pack. Why buy the Scat Pack when you get a Model 3? It's just not going to make any sense. You're going to get, yeah, I mean, and I think the Model 3 Ludicrous supposed to have like 600 horsepower. And if you see like right here, at only 470 horsepower, that thing already has a 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, beating the Scat Pack over here. You add another 130 horsepower to that. I mean, is the Model 3 going to have like a 0 to 60 in like 2.5, 2.4? And the only thing going to basically compare to this is going to be like the Banshee. The Banshee will be the only thing that'll beat this car from Dodge. That's how ridiculous this is. And like this car right here, it can't even beat the Tesla Model S, and this is like non-plaid. I mean, I try to be fair when I did this video and try to find like 3 like run-of-the-mill cars. Like, but the Model 3 Performance, I had to go to the top of the line of that because of the price. Because one of my buddies told me that he heard that the Charger RT is going to be $53,000 starting off. So that sounds about right. And then the Scat Pack, I'm thinking it's going to be maybe like $10,000 more expensive than an RT. So I'm thinking you got 62, 63, 64. So right there, the Model 3 Performance, you're right there in that same ballpark. And then the Tesla Model S basically comes fully loaded. The only thing you got to pay for really is just what the color, and if you want like the fully autonomous package. But the Charger Daytona Scat Pack, you gotta pick these option stuff. So you're gonna jack the price up. So I mean that's the thing that I'm going like that's a problem with these cars. They just, it's not going to work as what they think is going to work. I mean, I just don't see these cars competing against Tesla. Like, why is someone going to buy these Daytonas and they can't even beat non-top versions of Teslas? They can't outcharge them. They can't go further. They can't beat them in a race. I mean, why in the world would you have a 6,000-pound car? But I mean, Dodge is painting themselves in the corner. I think Stellantis is just, honestly, it just seemed like Stellantis is just tanking Dodge's brand. And I hope Dodge gets sold off because this is just embarrassing. There's no way in the world. I had to think there's no way in the world that Tim likes this crap when he sees that the Mustang still has a V8. And then, like I showed you a second ago, the freaking Mustang is going to have a supercharger kit to take it up to 810 horsepower. A freaking dark horse, 810 horsepower Mustang. That just insanely crazy. Oh, we can't make V8s. The government said we can't make Hemis anymore. Blah, 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 blah. We can't get emissions credits. Ford doesn't care. And Ford, I guarantee the Mustang sales are going to jump up, especially, you know, when people start getting these dealer installed supercharger kits on them. 800 horsepower freaking dark horses, they're going to destroy red eyes. They're already like a few hundred pounds lighter. And you get them like the same horsepower. Shoot, man. But yeah, so there's a lot of videos I'm gonna make, you know, next week. I'm gonna try to, you know, get more out. It's just been a very busy couple weeks of me trying to get videos out, and then basically have like the kind of the problem where, you know, I work out of town, so my current laptop doesn't want me to it doesn't like me enough to actually edit videos. So that's one problem that I have when I go out of town is I don't have a laptop or something for me to edit videos with. So that's one of the main reasons I haven't got as many videos out as I wanted to. So, a lot of times I'll just, I'm in a private group with like me, TK, OC Motivator and stuff. And so I just throw them leads to stuff, like throw them leads to dealers, issues, customer issues and stuff, because I'm not selfish to the point where I want to just hoard information. I won't get information out to people because I don't have the ability to do so. So, that's my main thing right now is I need a freaking laptop. And so in the meantime, I think a laptop like what, $4 or $5 grand, the one that I want. So in the meantime, I got this little case right here. And so my big old editing PC, I'm gonna fit this editing PC into this little tiny case. If you see my editing PC, it's about, let me scoot back some. It's about 3 times the size of this. But I'm gonna fit my editing PC in this little thing. That's what I'm using right now to actually live stream. So I'm gonna fit. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna fit a giant PC into this case. That way I can take it with me on the road and actually get some videos edited. And then hopefully in the next couple months, I get extra like $5 grand and buy me an editing laptop. But I can't really spend the money that I have saved, because that's another issue that I have is that I know a lot of you guys probably know, because not too many people watch the live streams compared to my videos, because I haven't said in not one single video that I'm going to basically get a Demon 170. And basically you guys is watching this, only the really guys that know that I've been trying to work on this situation for the last like maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm pretty much to the point where I'm at the last steps of getting approved, because I just found out that the Department of Education has been screwing my credit score for the past year. It's like, why is my credit score in the mid 600s and I've been paying everything on time? It's like, it's not making any sense. And then when I went and talked to my credit union and stuff, I didn't know that several of my freaking student loans were sitting in collections, even though they're all current. So like the Department of Education, I got like 6 loans that apparently they claimed they went into collections, even though they were, part of my debt consolidation plan, and they were dragging my credit score down. So it's like, what the heck is going on? So now I learned of that crap. I got all the proof that it was like that. So now I get to go present it to my dang bank, because that's apparently why I haven't been able to get approved, because this nonsense with this stupid student loan nonsense. So, I mean, I would have had this demon weeks ago if it wasn't for this nonsense. But apparently, the government is just screwing around my score. I see you sneaking around, son.
Dad, but can you fix this game?
Fix what game?
This one, Sandbox. Because if the bones are floating with nothing's underneath it, that means it's not working.
It means it's not working.
Yeah, and every time I try to explode it, that nuclear bomb, it just makes it disappear.
Make it disappear. Okay, then.
Yeah, and when I got a katana, like that katana.
Yeah, that's a katana?
Yeah, it just...
How do you know how to say the word katana?
Because I know katana when I was little.
You are little. What are you talking about when I was little?
No, when I was little.
Oh, okay. Well, son, I don't know how to play this game. I don't know how to play your little melon game.
But you're the one who downloaded it.
You're the one who wanted the game because your little friend was playing it. Okay. Let's see. Because of this reveal for the new Charger, I'm definitely looking to the Mustang just because I want my V8. Well, one thing I'll say about that, Chef, really Ford, all they got to do is make a V8 sedan, and it's over. It's done. Like, if they make a V8 sedan, I mean, hell, it doesn't matter if it's even based off the Mustang. Just make like a stretched out Mustang and put a V8 engine in there. Who gonna buy any Dodge car? That's really the only suggestion I'll have for Ford. So all I gotta do is put the V8 engine in there. Boom, done. Dodge is done. Because you're gonna be able to get a 500 horsepower V8 engine in a freaking 4-door. I mean, hell, like, I don't know, maybe call it like the Mustang L for long, or the Mustang 4-door. Then all you gotta do is get the supercharger kit for 10 grand, get it installed by the dealer, maybe another 4 or 5 grand. So about 15 grand more, you can get you an 810 horsepower 4-door sedan from Ford, and Dodge is done. That's like whoever, like, you know, Jim Fairley, the CEO of Ford, that should be at the top of his priority. Because I remember seeing an article somewhere where he was benchmarking a Charger. Ford benchmark. He was benchmarking a Charger. Yeah, here we go. This was like 2 years ago. So Ford was benchmarking a Dodge Charger. And it's like, why would you benchmark a Dodge Charger if you don't have a sedan? So it's like, this was 2 years ago. So it'd be very interesting. Well, no, that's, well, technically 3 years ago now. But it'd be very interesting if Ford is secretly developing a sedan, a V8 sedan, because 2021, that was right around the same time that Dodge said that the days of the V8 engine are done. The iron block supercharged Hemi, yada, yada, yada are done. So what if Ford was benchmarking this Charger, and let's say maybe next year they announce a 4-door Mustang? It's going to be very, very odd. So, like, yeah, while it may seem odd that Ford has an example on hand for evaluation, the Taurus discontinued. Is it a search thing? But yeah. So they got a TRX, and that's benchmarked against the V8 Raptor. That was 3 years ago. So it'd be very interesting if Ford is going to develop a V8 4-door car and basically just end Dodge, be done. That's basically gonna be like game over for Dodge. So like, if Ford is truly making a V8 sedan, no one's gonna buy Chargers and Challengers when you can go straight to the competition and get a V8 engine, because these cars are gonna sound terrible. I was reading an article by Patrick Rawl about the Hurricane powered Ram trucks, and he basically said in his article that Ram basically muted the truck. I mean, how many times have you heard in the last 15, 20 years a V8 truck that was basically silent? He said that you can barely hear the Hurricane engine in the truck. Like, you had to get an aftermarket exhaust to actually hear the exhaust. So basically, it seems like Ram took the exhaust system off of the Grand Wagoneer, since they basically share the same frame. They basically took the Grand Wagoneer's exhaust and put it on the Ram trucks, because that exhaust was very muted anyway. So it's like, you know, who's going to buy a Ram 1500? They go test drive it, they can't hear anything, and then you see Ford trucks running around, got a growling sound. You see Chevy trucks running around, got a growling sound. It's like, you know, they just did not really think this thing through. Like, the main thing I've been saying in videos, they should have took a 5.7. They should have took a 5.7, strip it down, redesign from the ground up, because there's no reason to think that Dodge could take a 5.7 and get 700 horsepower out of it in a turbocharged application, right? They put all the technology in the Hurricane engines. They put like they coated the daggone cylinder walls in the Hurricane for it to survive like 20-some pounds of boost. They did direct injection, all this other nonsense, but they couldn't do that to even a Pentastar. They could do that to a Pentastar, right? But if you took the 5.7, put all kinds of tech to it, they could have made a 5.7. 5.7. Let's say the 5.7 get like 550 horsepower naturally aspirated, and then they throw a turbocharger on there or 2 turbochargers on there, and it gets like 800, 850. I mean, it's game over. Like, no, who would complain about that? I mean, I don't think nobody would have complained that there's a revamped 5.7 that would make 550 horsepower. But V8 in the Malibu, all Chevy has to do put a V8 in the Malibu. Nah, I mean, the Malibu is not really that good looking of a car, right? I mean, there was already talk, I believe, of they was gonna make a 4-door. I think they're gonna make a 4-door Corvette, but it's gonna be EV only. But if they make a 4-door Corvette, basically like kind of like a like basically like a one of the like what's that Ferrari car like a Parasangue whatever that little basically like a 2-door Ferrari, but it's basically like an SUV, and they got the basically the doors open up, got the suicide doors on the back of it. If Chevy made that, and it was kind of like a Parasangue or like a bootleg or maybe like a bootleg Urus, it'd be game over. Game over. Corvette. I think it was a Corvette SUV. Yeah, they're supposed to be making a Corvette SUV. That's basically what they thought they was gonna do. But I mean, I just don't get, like, these guys. They just know that they just know that they had to use these reuse the names of popular vehicles because no one will buy them, right? I mean, the Mustang Mach-E. I mean, I don't know why they call it that car. They could have called it another name, but they called it the Mustang Mach-E for people to somewhat buy it, even though it's not selling that great. And then here you go with this Corvette-looking SUV, and they're talking about what's supposed to be in this engine. Theoretically, a compact-sized Corvette SUV could come with a turbocharged 4-cylinder or a twin-turbo V6, while a mid-size one will be no doubt in GM's. Okay, while a mid-size could no doubt hold a 6.2-liter V8 engine. But I mean, it just, I don't know, man. That's weird. Like, I hope it doesn't look like that. I mean, all they really got to do is just make a good looking car. I mean, hell, they can bring back an Impala and just make it a nice sporty car. Or hell, they can just basically take the what was that, the CT5V Blackwing, and basically redesign it. It's already on a great platform. People like the CT5V Blackwing or the CTS. I forgot Chevy's whole name scheme with Cadillac. I just remember the CTV was like the baddest damn Cadillac car, and then now they got the CT5. Oh, I guess CT5 Blackwing. They just have that sucker, have it like rebadge it into a Chevy car. I mean, hell, they call it an Impala. They can call it whatever. Put a V8 in there, or leave the V8 in there. It had a V8 stick shift car. That was like really the only V8 stick shift sedan you can get in America that had that much power. So basically, you just rebadge it, make it into an Impala, make it for Chevy, drop maybe like 10, 15K off the car. It's going to sell. It's going to sell, especially stick shift versions, because no one has a stick shift charger, except for a couple people who do custom builds. But other than that, that's all they got to do. It seems that only special people get to buy the D170. I keep trying, but it doesn't happen. Yeah, Cheek. So I mean, my situation is, it was like the same thing that happened to Demonology and some other people. These banks do not see the Demon 170 as a demon. They see it as a basic Challenger. So the base price is on the winter sticker messes up, these banks, thought process, how much the vehicle is worth. I mean, because you think the other thing is that the Challenger is one of the most stolen vehicles in America. So they think that it's going to get stolen. Then you got the fact that, the Demon 170, them suckers are going, everyone's charging at least $30, $40, $50, $60,000 over for them. And so people, when they go buy one, get a finance, they put down $50,000, and then it's still got to pay the whole price of the car because they're paying $50,000 towards the markup. So a lot of these banks don't want to basically finance $120,000 on the D170 when the window sticker shows that the base price of the car is like $60-something thousand. So my main problem is, it's just that, I'm thinking my main problem is those freaking student loans was screwing me, because for some idiotic reason, the Department of Education, well, I don't know if it's the Department of Education, but for some idiotic reason, my school decided that every semester I went to college was basically like a new school year. So every semester was like basically like a different loan. So I went to school and I got 3 degrees. So I got like 20 something freaking loans on my credit report. And for some odd reason, this one group of 6 loans for some reason they just didn't want to basically be attached to my like we know you got student loan stuff. You got like a couple different portals that you can log into. So basically, when I was paying the bill, these 6 wasn't going getting any payments to them, so they dropped into collections. I didn't know about it, and then I basically had to go tell the Department of Education like, "Hey, look, yeah, these not going through my account." Like, okay, just pay blah 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 amount for like I think like 6 months, and we'll take them out of collections. Cool, done. But they never told the credit bureaus that they took them out of collections for something that was their issue. And then now I'm trying to consolidate all this crap because now it's getting confusing. You got the Department of Education. You got was that Nailnet, who they done merged with. Then you got Navient. You got all these different companies that bought all these student loan crap. So my student loans in 3 different locations. Like, this is freaking wild. And so these 6 got left sitting in collections, but not in, in real life, just only on the credit report. Cause it's always like, I always wondered like the past, last, I think like maybe year and a half, why in the heck is my credit score low? I'm going like, I haven't done anything. I mean, I haven't been behind on anything. I haven't had my TRX in that time period. But even when I had my TRX, I made all the payments on time. I haven't missed any payments. So why the hell is my credit score not going up? It was always baffling me why my credit score wasn't going up. I try to go get, a card. The next thing I know, I go get a card. Oh, we're only going to give you a $300 limit. I'm like, $300? Like, huh? Like, just a year ago, I got $2,000 on one card starting off. Then I went and go get another card. Oh, $500. I'm like, nah, this not making any sense. How in the world I was getting $2-3 grand a card, and the next thing I know, when I don't do anything, it's only like $2 here, no, $3 here, $5 there. I'm like, this not making any sense. But it wasn't until I tried to get the loan for the D170. Hey, yeah, you got 5 sitting in collections. I'm like, okay, not making any sense. But now I know exactly what it is, and I should be good. So I should find out next week if I'm good or not. What's up, son?
Can you give me a drink?
Get you a drink?
Yeah. Yeah, because I can't open it with just one hand.
Really? How did you get the ice cream, son? Sneaky. Come on, let me get you a drink.
I got my ice cream with 2 hands.
2 hands? You were supposed to get it in the first place. I'll be right back. All right. Ooh, he was using the potty when he go to sleep. But yeah, I was but what do you think about the rumors that Dodge isn't giving up on the Hemi? Are those rumors accurate? Should I keep my hopes up alive for the Cuda? So Wavy, I know a lot of you guys probably seen that video that I did. What was that, back in November, December, where I was talking about that the Hemi was going to live. So I did get more information that basically the skinny is, if there is a new president in November, there's a pretty good chance that there will be a V8 engine back in the brand sooner rather than later. Now, I did hear that there was a new V8 project. Now that I don't know if it's a Hemi project or a V8 project, but I know there was a V8 project that was started, I think like a year or two ago. And as far as I can tell, I've had multiple people tell me that for sure there's gonna be a new V8 crate engine, kind of like the Elephant. So if you guys remember how the Elephant situation was, we basically had a V8 engine and it wasn't street legal. And then next thing you know, a couple of years later, now all of a sudden it's street legal. So there could be a potential to where we have like another Elephant situation where if there are certain people in the White House, that engine is going to stay only as a crate engine. If there's other people in the White House, new people in the White House, that crate engine could quickly become a production engine. Just depends. A lot of stuff is going to depend on who's in office because, as you guys can see, there is a lot of nonsense going on, and these guys are trying to push this EV nonsense that does not make any sense. All these companies are getting caught up in this nonsense because I know for a fact that the White House was messing with some of these companies in the background. I had people tell me who were up there in the higher food chain that the White House was in their damn ears to get rid of V8 engines and to push electric. I know for a fact. Like I know, like I mean, there was like this guy right here was telling me stuff. Like I was getting like a lot of accurate stuff off of them. I knew details about the merger. I knew that Dodge and Chrysler and Fiat, this Peugeot company, they did not want these three companies at all, period. And you can see based off of who got cars first that Stellantis did not want these three companies. Stellantis did not want Dodge, did not want Chrysler, did not want Fiat. They were just kind of just thrown into the deal because they had to get them in order to get Jeep and Ram. Jeep and Ram was really the only two companies that they wanted. But you can see it, right? As soon as Stellantis happened, right? You see what? Ram's getting their new updated trucks first. You see Jeep getting all these new models first. You see Jeep getting a 392. And what does Dodge get? Dodge loses the Caravan. Dodge loses the Journey. Dodge brings the Journey back to Mexico, but don't bring it back to the U.S. And they get a rebadged Alfa Romeo car. Dodge has no original cars going forward, right? The Charger Daytona, I guarantee you, is basically a rebadged Maserati Gran Turismo. Because when I was doing the research on the Charger Daytona and the Gran Turismo, they both have literally the same exact stats. They're going to basically use all the same exact equipment. That's how I knew the Charger Daytona was going to be a tri-motor for the Banshee system. I knew this was going to have an 800-volt system because that was going to be on the Maserati car. And there is no way that Stellantis, who's going to part share in a way never before done, is not going to part share with the only two companies that has cars in it, right? Because really three companies. You got Maserati that doesn't really sell like that anyway. There's no way anywhere they're going to just leave an 800-volt, EV system only in Maserati. Then you got Dodge and Alfa Romeo, which Dodge is basically going to be like an Alfa Romeo clone. Because I seen this other article that I got to do a video about. Where's it at? I just saw this article the other day that the Alfa Romeo CEO was talking about that the car, one of the new cars is going to be kind of based off the Charger. Alfa Romeo Charger. God, what's the Alfa Romeo four-door called? What's the Alfa Romeo four-door called? Oh God. Oh, here we go. Oh God, it's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, here we go right here. The new Alfa Romeo Giulia, that's what it's called. The Alfa Romeo Giulia looks the bomb. Uses the Charger EV platform. So, oh God. Ugh. Oh, that's not what this car looks like. Who is the journalist that says this car looks like the bomb? I hope this car does not like this. Oh God, that is so hideous. Wow. Golly, it like somebody took the BMW 7. Oh God, that looks so ugly. Look at damn beaver, man. That looks like a beaver, little beaver eyes, beaver nose, the beaver mouth, and then they go to the beaver like bottom tooth. Wow. Wow. That is so ugly. Oh God. Oh man, I hope them taillights don't like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that all these freaking Alfa Romeo cars and these Dodge cars, they are basically going to be exactly the same car. They're going to be just basically just well, I would say they probably have a lot of sheet metal changes, but the bottom structure is going to be exactly the same. They probably have like the same or similar wheelbase and use all the same EV motors and stuff. And they'll probably have to use the same shocks and all that crap because, like I said, freaking Stellantis already told us they're going to part share in a way never before done. But oh God, they're like they're trying to make like a Alfa Romeo Hornet SUV but uglier. Oh God. Oh God, that's ugly. And this dude right here, this Adrian Paddington, it's gonna look like the bomb. In an interview shared with our colleagues in Motor One Italy, Alfa Romeo CEO John Philippe shared the preliminary details about the future sports sedan. It will ride on the same Stellantis platform as a Charger, but with a radically different design. Yeah, so pretty much everything from the wheels, the engines, all the stuff below is going to be the exact same thing as a Charger, and everything above is going to be Alfa Romeo. So they're going to basically just change how it looks, but But I could have sworn there was another article I read about it. Let's see. Yeah, let me see. Alfa Romeo to be based on the Dodge Charger. Available. And I think this is the one I read. And I saw this front end. I was like, who the heck wrote this crap? Oh God! The new Julia will share its underpinnings with American muscle car, although it won't be a rebadged Charger. That's funny. But yeah, they're basically just gonna part share, and that's basically the main thing gonna be. They're gonna share the same EV motors, probably shocks and all that stuff, and just change how it looks on the outside. Because I mean, like I said, you only got Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Dodge. They're the only three people that has cars in there. I mean, Chrysler, I mean, I don't know if they're going to bring back a 300 replacement. I mean, they could. It was already ridiculous. They scrapped the freaking, what was that? The Chrysler Airflow concept. They scrapped that one. So I don't know what Chrysler's going to do, but these guys are kind of like lost their mind. And I did remember hearing I see you talking about the Cuda, but yeah, I did remember there was a, I was told that it will be like a Cuda trim option that's going to come on one of those Chargers. So we don't know, if they're going to be, we don't know if they're going to make another package and it's going to be like a Cuda, but we'll see. Is the D170 short block available yet? I'll ask my buddy and see whether or not if the short block is available. I know he told me sometime in March it would be available. And usually he'll message me when it is, because sometimes he'll just message me out of the blue. So I'll ask him because I am curious if the engines are going to be coming, because there is a particular challenger who may or may not need a block, and because that block may or may not have blown. So the availability of that engine is very dependent on the guy needs the engine. So I'm just going to say that. I missed the Viper. So yeah. And I had a conversation with Kaniskus, man. I told him, hey, look, man, you can just take the Maserati MC20, rebadge it, redo it, make it into a Viper. I mean, I don't know whether or not he was trying to throw me off on it, but the MC20 makes perfect sense to be a new Viper. I mean, you can just imagine a brand new freaking Viper with gold wing doors on it. I mean, that look like it would be a perfect platform for a Viper. But I mean, I was told that it'll be too expensive. But I'm going like with the cost of the Z06 being around what for a highly spec Z06 like 160, and then I think the ZR1 somebody told me that it's going to start off at 160 for the ZR1 C8 Corvette. It's right in the ballpark. I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility that if you had a Viper that looked like that, rebadged, and has the doors, convertible option, automatic, carbon tub, I don't think people would complain to spend 130, 140 on a Viper, especially if it had performance. But it's not really the time period, right? Like, I wouldn't want them to bring the Viper back in this time period. Who wants a hurricane powered Viper? Who would want that? There's like really no engine they have right now currently that I would want to be put in a Viper. They're not going to bring back a V10. They're not going to go and get an engine for somebody else. They're going to basically use what they have available, because I was told that they need to have a business case to bring something back. And I don't see any currently available engine that I would want them to be put. I would want to be put inside of a new Viper. Hold on. Is this dude talking about a dark horse? Ooh, I gotta trying to find a dark horse for my buddy. When you get a chance. Speaking of dark horse, I need to send I just sent an email about where the heck my daggone dark horse. But yeah, there's like really nothing available right now that I would want them to bring a Viper back. But that would be a gorgeous car to make a Viper out of. And they could build it at Maserati's plant and just ship it over to US. Boom, we got a Viper. And I don't think paying somewhere in the mid 100K for a track slaying Viper is out of the realm of possibility, especially with a carbon fiber tub. Like they can position it. Oh man, that's all right. That's not exactly the greatest looking one. Oh man, that's crazy. Imagine a Viper like that. But yeah, it's not the right time for a Viper. Like if anything, I would tell them to wait to bring one out, and possibly when they come up with a V8 engine. I don't know, somebody. I mean, who would want a Hurricane Viper? Let me see. What do you say? Okay. Yeah, I gotta find my buddy a daggone dark horse. Oh yeah, that's not bad. But yeah, I think like if you position the Viper as kind of like a don't even position it as like a Corvette competitor. Pretty much position it as like a Lamborghini competitor, but like cheaper. And I think if they did that, basically make the Viper a supercar killer and make it in the 150K range and just make it destroy a Corvette. Even if it's a little bit more expensive, I think people will buy it. Because guys are showing that they'll spend stupid amount of money to go buy a Demon 170. Demon 170 is perfect example. And I'm going to say this to Tim Knisses. I probably say this in the video too. That the Demon 170 is a perfect example of when there's a product that people want, they will pay the money for it. Right? I mean, you got guys who legit spent $100,000 over sticker. Multiple guys. I mean, you probably had maybe 50, 100, 200, 300 guys spend $100K over sticker like it was nothing. Some guys spend that kind of money for 2 or 3 Demon 170s early on. So, I mean, if there's a product that guys want, they will spend the money for it. That's why I don't agree with the whole nonsense they had to get rid of the Viper because of, not Viper, but get rid of the Challenger Charger because of compliance costs. I'm pretty sure if Dodge would have been like, hey, look, if you guys want to keep having these Hemi engines while we're still developing another Hemi engine, we have to raise the price up. So I think, even if push came to shove and Dodge was like, Tim Knisses came like, hey, look, the government does not want us to make these engines. So if you guys want us to push this out for another year, the red eye has to go up $10,000. So if the red eye was like, instead of being like $100K for like a decent option one, and you go to like 110, 115K, I don't think guys would have mind to pay that amount of money to go up to a red eye, especially if, you know, Chrysler and Stellantis has their own financial they had their own financial stuff. So they could have financed guys to those cars for the extra 10 to 15K through their financial arm, and it would have been no problem. So, and it wasn't like they needed to basically make so many of the cars. I'm like, I don't understand what the problem was, because they don't sell that many Hellcats red eye super stocks every year. I mean, hell, they only make what, 500 super stocks every year, maybe 2,000 red eyes every year, maybe, you know, maybe 10, 15, 20,000 Challenger and Charger Hellcats. Honestly, all they had to do was get rid of the 5.7, and I did that in the video. If Dodge just got rid of the 5.7, just dropped it out of the lineup, made the Scat Pack 70K, that would have weeded people out. That would have dropped maybe 25, 30% of the compliance fines that they would have had to pay. So guys who wanted Scat Packs, they just had to pay a little bit more, boom, 10K, and that goes towards the fines, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure if you like, let's say they sold 200,000 Dodge cars with V8s in them a year. When I do conservative, 200,000 times 10,000. That's 100,000 million. That's $2 billion. If they would have raised all those cars, if they sold 200,000, let me see, 200,000. Let me look. Let me get like a real number. I think the compliance fine was like $370 million. I'll just say 400 million. If they sold, if the compliance fine was $400 million, and they divided that by like $10,000, that means they could sell 40,000 cars a year at $10,000 more and pay the entire compliance fine out of the Brotherhood's pockets. I mean, they make, like I said, they make what, damn near I think they made 7, 14, 28. I think they made about what, 20,000 Hellcats? But, you know, all they had to do was just get rid of the freaking 5.7. Get rid of the 5.7. Make people choose between a Pentastar and a 392. Like, you got to pay to play to get into the Dodge V8 game. And all they had to do was basically drop the 5.7, redevelop the 5.7, redesign it, boom, twin turbos, boom, get rid of the rest of the V8s, boom, hybrid system in a new car. Like, I know for a fact, because I've talked to multiple people, that V8 Hemis will fit in this new Charger. I've been told by multiple people. I've been told by influencers, engineers, and executives within Dodge that V8s were specifically designed, or this car was designed to fit V8 engines in it in the future. Because depending on who is in office, V8s will be in that car. And I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of popularity probably in the next year or two that you're going to have all these daggone shops doing V8 swaps. I guarantee there's going to be V8 swaps. And they're going to basically buy that product. They're probably going to buy that six-pack car, V8 swaps. I guarantee it's going to happen. Either that or, there may be power brokers doing it, because I just have the sneaky suspicion. It just not sit right to me that Dodge makes power brokers. And what do you need them for? What was the point of having power brokers and all these daggone technicians going through all this training for what? Every dealership in the country knew how to work on Hellcats, red eyes, super stocks, demons, and even if they didn't, they had help doing it. So why did they have to go through this whole program for power brokers to work on the same cars? And then, I mean, is Dodge telling us that, if you don't go to a power brokers, they don't know how to work on the EVs, or they don't know how to work on the six-pack cars with the Hurricanes in them? What is the reason for power brokers? So it just has me to believing that in the future that these power brokers dealers are going to do engine swaps. Like, they're going to basically do engine swaps of those Hurricane cars. And I mean, it's like, it's kind of like, how much would it cost for them to do that? Because you also got to run the risk of these power brokers are so terrible that these guys would nickel and dime you to death, even on stage kits. And I think that's one thing that Dodge is kind of having that, to scratch your head about, because depending on where you go in the country, a stage kit might cost $500 to install, and then you go to California, it might cost $3,000-$4,000 to install. California is like the one state you do not want to get stage kits installed in. I mean, I have multiple guys tell me they had to go leave California to get a stage kit installed because it was like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to get a pulley swap. It's just crazy. Just keep your warranty. So it's probably gonna be the same way if they do an engine swap, that you got to go to certain parts of the country and those be the only ones you will go to an engine swap at. But you know, it's just like, what's the point of power brokers? What's the point of them? There's no point. There's not a specific car that power brokers only can get access to that every other dealership in the country is not going to know how to work on. They're all going to learn how to work on Hurricanes. They're all going to learn how to work on EVs. They all know how to work on Pentastars. All of them knew how to work on Hemis, because Hemi's been around since 2015. So what dealership in America has not touched a Hemi engine or a Hellcat? I'm pretty sure every single dealership in the country has touched at least one Hellcat. So what's the whole point of power brokers? Why have this whole race program, all this other nonsense? For what? It was already said in one of the little ads that you can go to them to build your race car. So they was already going to have the situation where they're going to there's going to one of those body and white challengers that you got from Brampton. They'll be able to build you a car, basically build you like a drag pack car. And so I had to believe that, there's going to be a situation in the near future where you can get you maybe one of these new Chargers, basically a body and white Charger delivered from Windsor, since all the cars get made at Windsor. And they basically going to build you another race car, but this time it's going to be that V8 swap. And maybe, just maybe, through some little shenanigans, people just get a tag put on it and it'll drive on the street. But I had to think there's ways to get around Dodge, get around the government to make these cars street legal. I had to believe there is a way. What we think would be the wait would be after a swap. Well, I mean, it depends, Chris, what the new V8 engine is going to be. Because I know from talking to multiple people, there will be a V8 crate engine, a new one. So would it make it out of iron? I don't think so. Would it make it out of aluminum? Because all the Hurricanes are aluminum. So if they use all the same materials from a Hurricane engine, they will probably make an aluminum V8 engine, and they'll probably make it a small displacement, because you don't need a 6-7 liter engine to make 800 horsepower now. You can go get a 5 liter from Ford. You can get a 5 liter V8 engine from Ford with a supercharger kit add-on from Ford, make 800 horsepower. So, I mean, hold on. How much weight is the crate engine for? Let me look this up. Crate engine weight. How much is the weight? Yeah. So the weight for the so the 5.2 liter engine in the GT500, which will basically be about the same size, a 5.2 liter weighs 536 pounds. Let me see. How much is a Hurricane? Let's see. Dodge. The all new 3 liter Hurricane's weight is 420 horsepower and 469 pounds. So that's right there is like what, maybe another 80 pounds. So I mean, heck, a 3 liter weighs 469 pounds, and then from Ford, a 5.2 liter with a supercharger on it weighs 536 pounds. So I mean, you're right there in that same ballpark. I mean, hell, like I said, that's only what 70 plus what 140 pounds extra. So I mean, and that's because of the supercharger on top of the car. So what's to say they're going to use supercharger? What to say that they'll use a turbocharger in the next gen car? Right? They have a single turbo, a twin turbo V8 engine, 5 liters, 5.7 liters. That's the one thing I did not learn, what the displacement will be on this new engine. I just know there's going to be a new crate engine. I heard this from a very high up source that there will be a new crate engine. They would not confirm to me if there could be a production engine, but it was kind of implied in that conversation that depending on who is in office is going to depend on what is going to happen. So, and then you can probably guess who I'm talking about, who I had this conversation with. I'm not going to say exactly who it was, but they kind of alluded to, depending on who's in office, is who is going to be able to, is how going to kind of dictate what options they have in the near future. So it was already like, so I don't know what, there's no reason for this not to happen, right? Because if you think about it, and I talked about this video, Dodge has developed so many engines that was not in production cars that is not outside of the realm of possibility that you that they're not making another V8 crate engine, right? I mean, they made the drag pack engine, they made another drag pack engine, they made their 426 Elephant, they made the 426 Elephant, not 420 Elephant, but they made another they made that I think it's like a 427 that they got canceled, and I think that 427 got canceled because Stellantis told them to. Because that was let's see, Dodge cancels the 420s. I think it was a 427. What was a 426? It might have been a 426. Yeah, here we go. The 7-liter. Let's see. Ooh. Here we go. Yeah. So this was the engine that's supposed to come out, sometime around this time. It was being developed. So this right here, the 7-liter Hemi V8 Banshee, knows the word Banshee, is canceled. So this right here was supposed to be a 427 naturally aspirated V8 engine, and you have multiple outlets reporting on this engine, and it got canceled. And if you look at the date of November of 2019, that's right around the same time period that FCA and Peugeot was in talks to form to become Stellantis. So they probably was having merger talks, and it was like, and when we become Stellantis, we're not doing any V8 engines. So if you have any in development, you might as well go ahead and cancel them, right? And then basically what you see with Dodge, basically what they did was for the D170's engine, they took a 6.2, stiffened it up, and called it a Elephant. That's all the Elephant is inside of the D170. A stiffed up 6.2 liter engine that they already had available, and they just called it a Elephant. That's basically all it is. And they put a Elephant plural on it. And then the other Elephant engines, they're basically the same old engine. They just basically just remade the same old engine again and threw E85 on a variant, and boom, there you go. There goes your 4 Elephant engines that was announced in SEMA. 2 old ones, one got E85 added to it. Then the other 2 was the 6.2 liter in the Red Eye and the Demon and the Super Stock, basically just stiffened up. And then E85 was added to another one. E85 was taken off one. Boom, there goes your 4 Elephants. So there's nothing to say that Dodge is not making another V8 engine that would go into either a drag pack or something like that. And then if it, let's say if somebody else is in office, then maybe they put that sucker into a production car, depending if the EPA gets their fangs taken out. Pissed that the 392 direct connection was canceled. Yeah, but I mean, Chris, I don't know what in the world they could have done with 392s. People can't make power in those engines, right? And then you think about with Dodge, how is it going to make another 100, 200 horsepower on that engine and give you a factory warranty? Just got wind of the plans for the inline 6 engine. I was wrong with some things. Dodge are going to tune the 3-liter to push out more power than the GTR and have a sound that was similar to the AMG tune. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, but I mean, in the end of the day, it's not a V8, and it's not even a Pentastar. I mean, I just don't get why they would basically make a brand new engine and not take an engine that was part of their past and redo it. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't just took a Pentastar and make a V6. I think a V6 probably sound better than an inline 6, but I don't know, man. Just imagine if Chevy brings back a rear-wheel drive platform V8 sedans, that Impala car and Ford Ranger Galaxy. Yeah, I mean that I'm telling you, Eric. If Ford brings back and that's a great name. I forgot about the Galaxy name. If Ford brings back the Galaxy, a 4-door sedan, and you just have it based off the Mustang or whatever, oh God. Oh God. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, Dodge is dead. Dodge is dead. You can get an 810 horsepower Mustang Dark Horse. So basically about the same price as a Red Eye right now, right? Because you can get a fully loaded Dark Horse for around like $70,000. And then it's like $10,000 for the kit. To get the supercharger kit to make it 810 horsepower. That's basically the cost of a freaking Red Eye with no options. A Red Eye start at what, 89? And you get a Dark Horse fully loaded pretty much. And a kit for about $10,000 cheaper. So Ford already has a bargain. I mean, hell, they already had the bargain where you get the a sleeper F-150, that single cab with the supercharger kit on it, and you get you like a 600-700 horsepower 2-door cab truck for like what, 40 grand? Ford is gonna kill these guys. What's your dream Dodge? LOL. I get it. I mean, shoot. I mean, I had some Dodge cars that I wish they would have made that, that was rumored. I mean, right there before I bought my TRX, there was all that talk about them making a Challenger ACR. And I thought that would be like the most awesome freaking thing ever. A freaking big old Challenger with like the Viper wing and all these canards, stuff like that. I thought that was going to be an awesome freaking car, a top speed Hellcat, whatever. I'm not really top speed Hellcat, but a Hellcat that can just go run corners. Oh man, that'd be so daggone fun on the streets. That was definitely my dream freaking Hellcat or Red Eye, whatever you want to call it. And I thought the Dodge was gonna go, balls to the wall on this last call stuff, make all kinds of different versions of like a Hellcat and Red Eye. Make like a top speed version, make like a track version, make like a drag spec, Charger. But nope, we didn't get all that crap. And it just makes sense that Dodge is handcuffed. I mean, that's basically the way you can see it. Dodge is so handcuffed they can't do things they want to do because Stellantis doesn't want them to do it or give them enough money to do stuff, right? I mean, you got to think like this. They basically took the 2018 Demon and just stiffened it up, and that's their Demon 170, right? And Demon 170 is missing stuff that the 2018 Demon had. It doesn't have all the same Easter eggs and stuff, right? It doesn't have, Demon logos inside the lights because friggin' Stellantis didn't want them to make it, right? It's missing stickers on it. It's missing a crate. It's limited to 149. It doesn't have a race ECU. I mean, like, there's so much stuff wrong with the Demon 170 that the 2018 car all around, if you just take out performance of the Demon 170, the 2018 Demon was a way better car because that was a car that FCA developed with a lot of passion. And you can just see all the passion that FCA had in the 2018 Demon. That launch was a lot better. Only thing that really screwed the 2018 Demon was dealers. And then here we go, Demon 170, and it's missing a lot of stuff from 2018 cars. Like I said, no crate, low top speed, no race ECU. Dealers want $100,000 over sticker for them. People can't even order the fastest version of the freaking Demon 170 because a stupid vendor can't make carbon fiber wheels. I mean, that's just a freaking joke. I mean, these guys knew that they had to make these wheels for like 2 or 3 years, right? And they can't make 3,000 carbon fiber wheels. And it's not like they're making carbon fiber wheels. The only thing they're making out of carbon fiber is a barrel. These guys can't make 3,000 barrels. They're not making a spoke because the spoke is aluminum. So I mean, like, it's just crazy how this one company that screwed up so much stuff that there's still about 300 cars sitting at, not at Brampton, but I think around Penske. They got 300 cars still sitting because this company can't make carbon fiber wheels. They were supposed to make, I think they were contracted to make 3,000 Demon 170 carbon fiber wheels, and they can't even make but 826. They can't make 826 because I remember there was a forum post on the Hellcat forums that they were supposed to put in like an order for like 3,000 wheels, but they can't make but 800. That's just a joke. And I mean, I've talked to people within Dodge, and they're frustrated too, right? I mean, that's the main gripe. I mean, I know Penske is having the same problems too with them painting the matte black on the cars, and they're partially delaying stuff. But the carbon fiber wheel thing was just a freaking joke, right? You got so many people who cannot get the option or spec the car out to the spec that got it the top speed records, right? So it's like it's ridiculous. In 2018, all you had to do was spec your demon a certain way. Everyone get a crate. Boom, you're done. Every car has a potential to do that top speed that Dodge said, or do that, you know, that quarter mile time that Dodge said. Now you have now you have to where you have only 800 cars that has the potential to meet Dodge's, you know, quarter mile time, because those are only 826 cars that was able to get carbon fiber wheels, right? I mean, there's guys who have single seater Demon 170s that cannot have carbon fiber wheels because this company couldn't make them. And it was so bad that basically you only had like 1 day of ordering. And even during that first day of ordering, those guys had to, well, basically Dodge had to stop taking orders to put people on waiting lists, and then tell everybody on waiting list, nah, you can't get the wheels because the vendor can't get them. Oh, you can buy some later. And then here we go. Steve White do a forum post on Facebook and shows a picture of how the DM170 wheels right now, because one of the customers' wheels got a scratch on it, is $10,000 per wheel. And everybody going like, oh no, it's not true. Oh no, it's not true. And then here we go again. I think a few weeks ago, somebody on the in the Facebook group for the DM170 was like, look, even at I think Summit Racing, those same carbon fiber wheels are like $10,000 listed on there again. It's ridiculous. So I hate to see how much money those wheels are going to cost. And I even told this Kniskus, I was like, you know, I wish you guys would have did a demon box. You should have did a demon box. If you guys knew that these guys were going to be an issue of making these wheels, those wheels should have been put in a demon crate. And with the understanding that, hey, look, these wheels are going to be delayed. You buy the crate, we'll eventually get the crate out to you. But for right now, we're going to give all you guys aluminum wheels. And then when the wheels are available, we're going to put them in a crate and ship you the crate. And technically, Dodge still has that ability to do so, because that's the one thing I do not like about the D170, that you cannot get every option on the car. And it is so bad that even the first day, people couldn't get the wheels. And then you got these dealers who did these fake buyers, and they got cars with carbon fiber wheels on. Or then now they know now that there's only about 800 cars with those wheels on there, so they're gonna screw customers out of that car and basically go sell it online to get more money out the car. That's how bad it is. And then with this 149 mile per hour, top speed nonsense, I'm hoping before anything legal happens that Dodge comes to the realization that, hey, look, maybe we should give you guys and a new crate and a new Demon crate. Let's give you the wheels off of a 2018 Demon and a race ECU off the 2018 Demon, and have you sign a waiver that, hey, this race ECU is only be used with the 2018 Demon wheels. And that race ECU removes the governor. And I think that'll be a lot better solution for everyone, because it just doesn't make sense to me. The 2018 car has a crate and the 2023 car does not. And then the 2018 car, everybody just got a crate for a daggone $1. Anyone who wanted a crate, anyone and their mama could got a crate. But then here you go right here in 2023. Oh, dealers playing games, and you got screwed around and put the order in there because they wanted at the last minute try to argue with you over markup. You couldn't get your order in, so you couldn't get a car with carbon fiber wheels. And so I just hope that Dodge does stuff like that to where they'll come and offer those wheels in a crate. That's the one frustrating thing. Greg goes, the new Super B. Yeah, the new Super B is a drag spec car, but the problem is for the Charger is that those guys did not make it into a red eye. If they're going to make the King Daytona based off of a King Daytona, no, hold on. These guys gonna make a King Daytona special edition car. That's supposed to be a tribute car. That was Big Willie's Charger Daytona back in the 60s and 70s. If they're gonna be a tribute to that car, they should have put a red eye engine in the Super B and called it a King Daytona, because Big Willie's Charger Daytona back then, all it did was drag race. It was a drag racing Charger Daytona. That's what it was. So why not make a King Daytona that was spec'd out to be a drag racing car? And even on the Black Ghost should not have just been a regular red eye. That car, from all the little videos we saw, documentaries, that Black Ghost was basically a stoplight car, and it basically just raced and dipped. So honestly, that car should have been a super stock special edition. And boom, there you go. A super stock special edition with all the Black Ghost stuff on there, right? Because I mean, that car was set up to be racing on the street. You had the King Daytona that basically went to race on the tracks and stuff to keep people from street racing. That's what Big Willie wanted to do. Could have made that a super stock special edition. And then you could have had the freaking Black Ghost, another super stock, have two different super stocks that was special editions. And then the freaking Hellcat. That's the one thing that pisses me off about the special editions. The Hellcat saved Dodge, because before the Hellcats came along, there were Challengers, there were Chargers, but no one bought them in like that. It wasn't until the Hellcat came out that it started this whole feeding frenzy for Dodge products. No one was clamoring over the 09 and 010 Challengers like that. They was all right, decent cars. I remember them back then. They was all right, they was cool. But once you saw that first video of the Hellcat, that crap saved Dodge. And for them not to give the Hellcat a tribute, a special edition tribute, that's embarrassing. They could have made a nice special edition Hellcat to pay tribute to that first Hellcat that basically carried the brand. That Hellcat engine carried the brand from 2015 to 2023. And it did not get a special edition. It's just crazy. Let's see. Knowing what you know, would you still buy a Demon 170? Yeah, I'm still going to buy me a Demon 170, right? It was always been my goal to get me a Demon. Like I still, the Demon is one of those cars that I've been screwed 5 times to get one. I got screwed 3 times in 2018 to get a Demon. I got screwed on a red one. I got screwed on a red one. I think I got screwed on a black one, and I got screwed on a yellow jacket one, right? I got those 3 that I got screwed on. And then for the D170s, I got screwed twice. Rick Hendrick screwed me out of a car for MSRP, and then Burns Motors screwed me out of a car with this whole little scam, have me send $10,000 to the freaking straw buyer and not send money to the dealership. So the dealership has plausible deniability that, hey, we never got a deposit for him. We never got a deposit. He never sent it to us. So the freaking salesman leads me to believe that me sending the money to this guy is like the money, going to the dealership, and come to find out that's the freaking guy who ordered the car. That's a straw bar that they use to order other cars with. So it's like, these dealers come with all kinds of ways to scam people. I literally got scammed 5 times out of a Demon, right? I get 2018 for that red car, freaking, what was it? Late Norman Dodge. They're like, hey, look, you got a 2018 Demon? Like, yeah, we got one right here in the showroom. I'm like, hey, is it MSRP? Like, yeah, we'll entertain the offer. So like, I didn't think anything of it, but they told me like, yeah, we'll entertain the offer. So I drive down to freaking Late Norman Dodge. I think it's like maybe like an hour from my house. I get there, oh, it's $50,000 over sticker. I'm like, oh God. And then I'm pretty sure I went to another, I forgot which dealership I called, but I called another dealership, same runaround. It was MSRP, and then I was talking to him, oh yeah, we got an offer for blah 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 over sticker. I'm like, oh I'm like, dude, I'm not interested in taking offers. I'm out. And then I called, I think I saw a Facebook post from one of the salesmen from Huntington Beach, and then he was like, hey, we got these 2018 Demons coming, and which color you want? I'm like, shoot, like what color you got? Look, I got red, I got black, I got red, I got black, I got blue, I got yellow. I'm like, ooh, yellow. I'm like, yeah, I think, yeah. Let me give me a yellow Demon, yellow 2018 Demon. So I thought it was MSRP, and the next thing I know, he sends me the daggone, the paperwork for me to go, send to my credit union for me to go get the loan, $50K markup. He literally wasted my time for I think 2 or 3 damn days. because I had to wait for him to, I guess, wait for them to spec the car or whatever. And it's gonna be basically a 2018 Demon with the full interior, the crate, no sunroof, and I'll probably be good. But they screwed me at the end. One of no, I think it was more. I think maybe it was between 50 and 100K. And then kind of find out, what was it, about 2-3 years ago, that article comes out from Jalopnik that Huntington Beach still had like, what, 12 or 14 2018 Demons unregistered sitting in their dealership. And one of the pictures that I saw was that same exact Yellow Jacket Demon that I was trying to buy, but it screwed me out of. I was like, oh God, like somebody still does not have that freaking car. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And then, like I said, Rick Hendrick screwed me out of a car. Like, hell, his dealership, like, it's crazy when his dealership calls me, his dealership calls me, tell me that they're going to go look through their list and see who contacted them first. Then I hang up with them, and they call me back like an hour later, like, hey, look, you're the first person, to reach out to us, because I sent them an email about the daggone car. I think like maybe like, 15-20 minutes at a Tim Knister said that it was a Demon. So I'm literally emailing dealers like right during the actual live stream. Oh yeah, you're the first guy. Like boom, put my deposit down. And the next thing I know, I didn't find out until the actual day we had to spec the Demon. Oh, no one answers the phone. No one answers the phone. No one answers the phone again. Like, dude, this is the day to spec the Demon. Like, what's going on here? Then the salesman then had the guts to either call or email me back. His freaking sales manager had to email me and give me this BS lie that, oh man, where he sold the cars while he was there at while they was there at the event, they already sold the 2 cars. I'm like, so how the hell at the event GR had allocations for it, right? And then the other thing going like, when did you guys take a deposit? Because I know I'm the first person who took a deposit down. So how does that work? Then I found out from one of my buddies who was talking to one of the other salesmen that Rick Hendrick took everyone's Demon. So now I know that Rick Hendrick personally took my Demon and several other people's Demons. So, and then this burn motor nonsense. Them scam me out of Demon, having me send money to a fake buyer. So, I definitely want to still get me a Demon 170. It just, I'm just like, it's like, a lot of people who buy these Demon 170s, they are just relieved that the nonsense is over with. That's one of the things that a lot of people have been conveying to me. Like, they're not happy that they got the Demon 170. They're just relieved that the BS is over. Because I'm telling you guys, I talked to so many people behind the scenes. There are so many people who are going through this Demon 170 nonsense. And I feel their pain because I got screwed 5 times over 5 separate Demons. I know more than most how much crap you got to go through to get a Demon. You think you're going to get one, and then the dealer just cut you at the damn knees, and you don't get it. And you wait, and you invest the time, energy. I mean, hell, when I thought I had that car from Rick Hendrick, I had my deposit in, I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. So every car after that point, I gave to everybody else. Like, there was cars that was like, 5K over. Here, man. Here goes application for that one. Or here goes a car 15, 20K over. I'm posting on my community feed because I don't know. A lot of you guys probably remember my community feed. I was posting all these Demon leads. And then people who I knew on Facebook and stuff like that, I like, hey, look, here go one 20K over. Oh, here go one 10K over. Oh, here go one 5K over. Oh, here go one 10K over. And then everyone, and then, and if I would have known that I would have got screwed out of a Demon, I might be like, hey, look, well, hell, 5K over, that's not that bad. I'll sit on that one. I wish I would have known what I know now to, whenever you want a car from Dodge, you better lock down 2 or 3 of them because you never know with these shady dealers which one is going to screw you. That's the main thing I learned with these Demons. You have to lock up multiple cars. And that, for one thing, drives up a fake demand that these guys think that is out there for these cars when it's really not. It's really the same people locking up several cars, and it just make it seem like there's so much more demand than what there really is. And that's just how bad it is for Dodge dealers. Like, these Dodge dealers, they make it so bad that people got to go out of state to go get a car and bring it back to their state. That's how bad it is. I mean, I know guys, they went and got a car 1,000 miles away from the house, 1,000 freaking miles away from the house. Dealership right down the street. They got them a demon, but they want like $100,000 over it. They gotta go 1,000 miles from their house to get a demon at $30K over. That's just how bad it is. And I'm like, man, to me personally, I just feel so bad for those guys that spent $100,000 over. Like, it's crazy. You look at these forum posts, and especially in the Demon 170 groups, all these guys that was so proud they got a Demon 170 at $100K over. Demon 170, $100K over. Oh, I bought 2 Demon 170s at $100K over a piece. Dude spent over $200,000 extra money to buy 2 Demon 170s, and he can't give the car away right now. I'm like, oh my goodness, man. It just like, I'm like, man, like, and I'm telling you, dude, I was like, literally at one point I was checked out on getting one because it was just getting to the point where I'm listening to so many people's problems and pain, and some people I talk to on the phone, text message, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. I'm just hearing so many emails, hearing so many people's problems with these damn cars. This is like by far like the worst situation I've ever seen for cars. I think I've never seen it this bad. Like TRXs wasn't even this bad. Like at least with TRXs when they first launched and there were dealers who wanted $40,000-$50,000 over sticker for one, you can go find an MSP one here and there, him and there, right? I mean him and there, here and there, and here and there. I mean, that's how I got my TRX. I was looking, and I had to go to Ohio. I had to drive like, 6 hours, 7 hours away from my house. Then go get a TRX at MSRP, where they didn't drive over to freaking, Kernersville Dodge, and pay like $20,000 over sticker for a base TRX with only option that was on it was like the towing option. Like, oh my goodness. But that's just how bad these dealers are. These guys are not freaking honest. Like, and so, I mean, the one positive thing that came out of this whole situation with these daggone dealerships is now I have the personal information to a lot of these dealership owners. Like, not the guys who actually own the individual dealerships, but the guys who are over the dealership groups. Like, I got several phone numbers in my phone right now for people who own the actual auto groups, right? A lot of these guys, you know, their daddy is like the CEO and the son is like the president. So I have those guys' numbers. I have like at least about. Well, I do know one CEO number. I'll say that I know one CEO number, and I know about 4 or 5 presidents who like the sons of the CEO, who's in right there at the top spot. So the one thing is now I have an end to these dealerships, and so if there's like issues, and I see they're part of that actual dealership group, I can go straight to the top. I don't got to deal with general managers. I ain't got to deal with a middleman, right? I mean, that's the same thing that happened with, the situation with Arrigo. I know you guys seen TK's video where he was talking about Arrigo in Florida, had that nonsense. I went over everybody said. I went to the president of Arrigo's dealership group. And that, because I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but there were some people within that dealership who was very hostile to the situation with the customer and his Demon 170. And once I got to they daddy at the very top of that dealership group, then things started to change and the resolution happened, which it happened really daggone fast because I went to the tippity top of the actual situation. And then in my video, with Arrigo, I kind of put out there the story on both sides. I don't like, we got to a point where we was putting, the customer against the dealership. And sometimes it's like, sometimes there is a misunderstanding. Cause that right there with Arrigo was a misunderstanding. Like the salesman or the sales manager, he was the guy that was basically doing all this corrupt nonsense. The dealership was always going to sell the D170 at a markup. And that was basically, it was basically known. So it was basically known they were going to sell it at a markup. But this sales manager, he was trying to scheme and will and deal to go get him an investment for his own personal company. Like, yeah, I can get you a demon at MSRP and yada, 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 that 50-something thousand dollars or $40,000, whatever it was. Hey, you basically get it to me for investment in my company. I get you a demon that's stickered, blah, 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 blah. and then he's the one to get freaking fired, and he's the one who caused all the issues with the customer. So, moral of the story is like I that's one thing that's happened positive out of this situation with these daggone dealers. Like I'm able to go and seek out some of these owners of these groups and actually get them involved, because some of these guys, like especially like GMs, they don't know the truth's going on, right? So like the GM thinks one thing, sells them to them another thing, and boom, next thing you know, all heck's breaking news, and either me, OC Motivator, TK, we all making videos about this stuff. Or like we have a situation to where like the Mac hate thing, what all those guys in Texas didn't know all the nonsense that Mississippi store was doing, and they literally fired like half the daggone dealership because of that nonsense, right? That just came like a very public mess. So, I mean, these cars, they just have so much baggage with them, and that's the one thing that you don't really see when someone got a Demon 170. You don't really see their excitement, or like, I mean, they might say on Facebook they're excited, blah blah blah, the wait is over, yada yada yada. But every time I actually talk to someone, I actually hear their voice. They don't really sound excited that they got the car. They sound relieved they got the car, and that was one thing I talked about Kinesis about. He was like, this is supposed to be a halo car, a celebration. This is supposed to be, the best that Dodge could do. This is supposed to be something that's supposed to, send the Hemis off into the sunset. And when I talked to him, in the, late December about this stuff with the soldier and stuff, it's like these dealers are just turning this into like one of the worst things that happen to people. I mean, there are guys who just they got the D170. And it just doesn't sit right with them about the car because they went through so much nonsense with it, right? They don't have a personal connection with the car because it was just so much nonsense that was attached to it. You got the sometimes the GM treated the customer like crap. The salesman treated the customer like crap. They found out that they're gonna bend in war. The something's wrong with their car and the dealership don't want to fix it. Nonsense. So it's like there was so much baggage with these cars that some guys just don't want them anymore. And I mean, I know at least about 4 or 5 guys that got their car and they don't want them. They put them on a resale. They not because they're flippers, because they just don't. It just don't sit right with them. That they got disrespected so much, and they sit in this car and it just doesn't feel right. And I mean, me, and like I said, I definitely still want one. I have the opportunity to get one. I'll reveal how I get one when I actually get it. But, so I take care of this loan crap. My situation is basically like the same things as everybody else. Like I'm going to be, I think I'm going to be relieved like everybody else that it finally got done. Because, I mean, and it's not really, well, half of it is not Dodge, but the dealership issue, right? I got screwed out of 2 because of 2 dealers. And, that was last year. And then now I got this year trying to get my car. That freaking Department of Education, this nonsense on my student loans is delaying this point of me trying to get this car. So it's like, I think I'm gonna be excited to get one because I've been wanting one. I always wanted one, and I could never get one because like right after 2018. Then you had freaking COVID. So I'm like, oh crap, who gonna buy one during COVID? So then you got like what after COVID happens, they're all in the 160s, 170s, 180s. I'm going like, oh god, I'm not gonna spend that much money for a used car. And now they're getting down to the point where now they're like the 120s, 130s. So and then so it's like it's getting crazy. You get a 2018 car for the 120, 130s, or you get a 2023 car for the 120s if you can find an MSRP dealer. So it's just crazy how this is, this is going on with these cars. But yeah, I'm fairly certain I'm going to get this car. I'll know pretty much next week because I really had like I had like a timeline, and I'm thankful these guys are still wait for me to actually get things done. So I think my timeline is basically next week, and I basically got to send like one more email, and I should be done. And I should have the loans taken care of. And now my channel has some sponsors and stuff. So that's why you see me putting in videos, a lot of a lot of sponsors and stuff. So I'm I'm definitely growing, and definitely get this freaking car, and definitely make it out some events in April. I still do not know when some of this stuff's gonna happen. I do know that we're gonna try to go to Meekum to go see the Demon ones, the Soldier Demon 170 get sold at Meekum. I actually got to talk to the Soldier. I haven't talked to him since last week. I guess he did say he was going down to Meekum unless anything changes. So I need to go ahead and get a plane ticket for that taken care of. Go fly in, see whether or not TK. Oh, I need to see TK still going. So I messaged him real quick. See if he's still going down there so I can meet TK. Because I never met TK in person. So it'd be interesting, me, TK, and the Soldier going down to Houston to see his car. Because he'd never seen his car before. And then we're still waiting on Jay Leno. Like apparently there's some stuff going on with that freaking airport. So we gotta see whether or not what's going on with that. See when the Soldier gonna take delivery of his car. And then once the Soldier get his car, we'll probably go and set something up with Goldberg to go over to Goldberg's garage. Cause that's one thing I asked Goldberg when I met up with him over at Barrett Jackson in Scottsdale. I still gotta make a video about that crap because I got a lot of footage that no one has seen. If you guys were watching the live stream while I was there at Scottsdale, I was actually talking to him in person, and I had to take the videos down because we was having a conversation about stuff that I want everybody to kind of hear. But yeah, supposed to do that with Goldberg. I don't know when exactly we'll do it, but I imagine we'll do it sometime over the summertime. And then I'm thinking, in August or whatever for roadkill nights, we'll all try to go up to Detroit and go do roadkill nights and meet up with Tim Kniskis. So I think that would be like a star-studded freaking 2024. I'm definitely going to try to go to Demonology's event at the I think the Texas Speedway, some of that. So I'm gonna try to meet up with the Soldier, TK, go to Jay Leno, then definitely gonna meet up with freaking Lucky and OC Motivators. That's 5, and then go to Goldberg's garage. That's 6. I've already met Goldberg, his wife, and his sons. They're all pretty cool. And then go meet Tim Kniskis. So that'd be like seven people that I never met before, and I'm gonna go try to meet up with. And then wherever else we end up at. And then I've already met some of you guys that I talked to in the background because I'll be traveling all over the place. So it's gonna be a very star-studded year. And then hopefully I got some other stuff, in the works, like podcasts, stuff like that. So I gotta set some of that stuff up because I think like me, TK, OC. I think it'd be a good idea if all 3 of us started a podcast and we'll have like a 3-headed monster of different opinions. TK knows the in and outs of dealerships. OC Motivator knows the ins and outs of financing, and I'm pretty much the nosy consumer that I'm the smart buyer. So I think that me, OC Motivator, TK, all 3 of us do a podcast. I think that'd be a very good thing, and they said they were down to do it, and I think that'd be a great way for us to kind of grow all of our audiences, bring more people in. Because I think if we have more people, try to get on this train of, taking the fight to the dealers, that we will get a lot more things done. And this nonsense with these dealers, it'll basically end. And, I definitely want to get into the part where, I have relationships with these dealers and use that to our advantage. So like, I know, like I said, I know the owners of some of these dealership groups, right? And these dealership groups, they don't own just Dodge. They own Dodge. They own Chevy. They own Ford, Volkswagen, Honda, stuff like that. So if I get in, good with these dealership owners and have an agreement with them that where, guys who are like, with us, we get special deals. So, and then, at the end of the day, as long as I'm making them money and probably bringing them volume, we might be able to get to, cut through the nonsense. So that's basically my goal. I'm trying to get to a point where we have like these, I'll just say butter approved dealers, and then you can go to them, get special pricing, the fair treatment, all that stuff. You gotta do all this nonsense. I think that'll be a great thing to do, and that's one thing that I definitely want to do. Is get that done. You sleepy, son? Son, you sleepy? You wanna go night night? You kind of hot? You want me to turn the arrow? Let me turn the arrow on.
I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm so hot. I'm starting to sweat.
You so hot, you starting to sweat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sending that window sticker. Let me turn the arrow on. I could turn it on from my phone. Oh wow, it's like 77 degrees. Let me turn it down to about 74. I don't know who turned the thermostat up, but there you go, son. It should cool down.
But how high was that?
Pretty high.
But how did you turn it down?
I can turn it down with my phone.
But I want to see.
See, look, I can turn down my phone. See what that says? What does that say? It says thermostat. You see how it's blue?
Yeah.
And when it's blue, it's cooling. When it turns red, that means it's heating.
But,
So now the air turned on.
But then what happens if it's green?
If it's green,
Yeah.
that means it's off.
But what happens if it's black?
It's not black. It doesn't turn black.
But what happens if it turns orange?
If it turns orange, that means it's heating the house up.
But what happens if it was rainbow?
If it was rainbow,
Yeah.
then it's very confused. Yeah.
But then what would happen if it was purple?
It doesn't turn purple. It only turns a couple different colors. But yeah, it's starting to feel better now. I wasn't paying attention today. I was getting out of here.
And how cold and how hot was it in here?
It was pretty hot. It was almost 80 degrees. I don't know who turned it up, but it's turned down now.
It was almost 100.
I don't know. I would have felt that one. You ready to go night-night?
No.
You're not?
Daddy, what would happen if it was 100 degrees?
You'll be one hot baby.
No, then the whole house will catch on fire.
Then you definitely don't. You better be glad we don't live in Texas then.
And then the time when that is back, the whole house is going to be gone.
Well, I had to tell you that story one day how this house burnt down several years ago. We had to rebuild it. Let's see. Oh man. Yeah, dealer with integrity would be nice. Yeah. So that's one of my goals that I had. Like, that's one of the actual businesses I was gonna try to start. Was I'm not gonna say too much about what it was, but it's gonna be. I think with me trying to grow bigger on YouTube and get this freaking issue done with my credit, since I found these six collections that was screwing my credit up. Now I should be able to get access to funds to build this business that I want to, that's really going to help everyone out, like everyone from every brand. It don't matter if you want Chevy to Volkswagen to a Lamborghini, whatever. And then now I have these contacts with these actual owners of these dealerships and these presidents and stuff like that, and I can bring them like guaranteed business and stuff. I think it'll be a great way to end a lot of this nonsense, especially if you go and come through us, like me, TK, OC Motivator and stuff, come through us to get these cars and don't got to go through the BS, the markup, all that nonsense, the dealer add-on BS nonsense and stuff. So that's definitely one thing I was working on in the background. I tried to do it last year, but starting a freaking business is a lot of freaking money. Like I thought I made enough money, and that's part of where pretty much majority of my Demon 170 money went to. I wouldn't try to doing that, but it just wasn't enough money. But hopefully I'm going to have access to the fund that I need to actually get everything built the way I want to get built. I had the vision in my head, and I'm working on things to make that happen. It's going to be open season on the Daytona Banshee. Yeah, Daytona Banshee. I mean, I just don't know. 6,000 pounds for the scat pack, with 5,800 pounds for the scat pack. Then you gotta think they're gonna add another motor to the front of the car, and take out that little frunk that they have in there. Add another motor. It's gonna be at least 6,000 pounds. So I just don't see it, beating a Tesla Model S Plaid unless it has like 1200 horsepower. There's no way it's going to beat a Tesla Model S Plaid with 1,000 horsepower, weighing at 6,000 pounds, and a Tesla Model S Plaid weighs 4,700 pounds and got 1,000 horsepower. There's no way. They would have to jack the power up. They jack the horsepower up. It had to that, and I think how much horsepower I said that it could have based on the motor specs. I think it was like 442 horsepower times three. Yeah, 1,326 horsepower. So yeah, they're gonna have at least 1,200 horsepower. There's no way it's gonna be a Plaid without 1,200 horsepower, and that's my prediction. I said one video that it's gonna have a maximum amount of 1,326 horsepower based on the motor specs that they revealed on EV Day. But I think 1,200 horsepower probably gonna be what they're gonna do. It just was so much freaking weight, man. That's just ridiculous. I just don't see how in the world they did it that much. I mean, how can they get 5,800 pounds? What is in that daggone car that is making it weigh that much? I mean, how in the world is Tesla making a 4-door sedan weigh literally only maybe 300 pounds more than a Charger? I mean, that's just a hell of an engineering from Tesla. You literally have the whole floor, a big giant battery pack, and the car weighs only about 300 to 400 pounds more than a Charger Hellcat, Charger Red Eye. That's just amazing. And then Dodge's first attempt to make a EV muscle car, it weighs 5,800 pounds. 5,800 pounds. That is just terrible. That's like, that weighs more than a Durango Hellcat, a Ram TRX. I mean, that's literally an HD truck weight. But it just man. And you're right, Jalen. Dodge is in a weird place. I just don't. I'm like, do these engineers that work for this company, do they know what they're doing? I mean, one of the main complaints about the Dodge cars is that they weigh so much. And then they double down and make it weigh like 1,400 pounds more than the heaviest car that they have. Like, oh my God. Like, I can understand maybe 5,000 pounds because they got the transmission tunnel. But I mean, are they just using like terrible batteries? I mean, is Tesla using state-of-the-art batteries and Dodge is using suspect batteries that weigh more than Teslas do? Oh, God. Unless the car has some sort of internal combustion engine, it's not a Daytona. Yeah, him a Daytona. Trust me, I feel you in that one. I definitely feel you in that one. I mean, I just hated they actually used that damn name. They just had to. It just what all these other companies do. They do the same formula. They want to grab an iconic name and attach it to an EV, and it's just like, why? Give it a fresh name. I mean, at least Porsche had the balls to call their EV car a Taycan or Taycan, whatever, right? They didn't call it the Porsche 911 EV or the Porsche 911 the Porsche 911 Cayenne EV or whatever, right? They called it the daggone Taycan. They gave it an all fresh new name. I mean, Kia EV6. They gave it a fresh name. They didn't call it the Kia Stinger EV, whatever, right? And it doesn't look nothing like a Kia Stinger. I mean, you got GM. They're like they're freaking weird. The freaking Cadillac EV looks nothing like an Escalade. They got a Cadillac Escalade, and then they got a Cadillac Escalade, EV or ESQ, whatever they call that stupid looking thing, and it looks nothing like an Escalade. And they just cannot just give the daggone thing a new name. They just so freaking scared that the thing ain't gonna sell. They gotta attach Escalade to it to make people like it. And just like the Mustang Mach-E, they give it the Mustang and instead of Mach 1, they make it Mach-E. They give it the Mustang name in order to make people interested in buying it, instead of giving it a new name. They could have called it the freaking Ford Edge, and I don't think it would have been a problem, right? Or the Oh yeah, well, I think Ford. I think Ford Edge would have been a good name for the Mach-E. I think it would have been a good name, but now you got Dodge falling in that same trap. They got to make it a freaking They got to freaking make it a Charter Daytona, and I mean honestly, doesn't look a Charter Daytona. I mean, they could just call it just a freaking Charger EV and be done with it. But I mean, hell, yeah, like I said, I don't get why they even used the Daytona name. They could have just called it those numbers they was going to call it. They could have called it the Charter 330 and the Charter 440, right? Or the Charger, or the Charger 670 and the Charger. They could have called the horsepower numbers. They could have called it the Charger 590 or the Charger 670 and be done with it. That's the EV names. Could have just made their own Grand National with the V6. Yeah, Jalen, that's a very good point. They could have made a Grand National type car with a Pentastar V6 and just pumped the boost up, right? And that's what I'm saying. They could have taken a Pentastar, jacked the price up, but jacked the power up. Could take a Pentastar, could take a 5.7, redid both those engines. It made them the replacements, right? Because I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if there's issues with the engineers who are working within Stellantis. You got 5,800 pounds for a freaking EV. If you couldn't make this car within 500 pounds of a Model S, whoever's working on that car should have been fired. It's just embarrassing. 1,400 pounds more than a Tesla Model S. And there's no way adding a hump in the transmission tunnel added 1,400 pounds. This company is so embarrassing with that car. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I heard it first on TFL's car. Not TFL car. I heard it on their video. They're like, Andre, you know how much this car weighs? Like what? 5,800 pounds. I'm like, what? 5,800 pounds? I was like, how much does a freaking Tesla Model S weighs? 4,700 pounds? Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, is this car going to be way bigger than the Model S? And the Model S is not really a small car. Let me see. How much? I don't know. How much weight do the Model X weigh? Tesla Model X. Weight. Tesla Model X. Wow. Dude. I want somebody to guess. How much weight does the Tesla Model X weigh? The Tesla Model X is that SUV with the gold wing doors. How much you guys think that the Tesla Model X weighs? I'll show you in a second. Boy. Oh, would you believe it weighs less than a freaking Charter Daytona? Look at that. The Tesla Model X weighs at most 5,200 pounds. Wow. Oh, God. It is a 4-door SUV electric car. Wow, that is amazing. That sucker weighs about 600 pounds less. 600 pounds less than a Charger Daytona Scat Pack. Wow, that is embarrassing. God, that is embarrassing. Oh my goodness. I did not even think of that. Oh my goodness. Oh man. That's embarrassing, man. Damn, that thing goes 2.5. I didn't even think the damn compared against the freaking Model X. Wow. Man. Oh man. And I mean, heck, that's not bad. 3.8 seconds 0 to 60 in that car. And the top speed is 149. So hell, it's gonna catch up to the daggone Daytona and smoke it. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing, man. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let me go. That's crazy. I'm gonna do another video about that. That's crazy. I did not realize that crap. Let me see. Let me go against the Model Y. Do they have any performance Model Ys? Oh, where's the little thing for me to shop available? You can't spec one? The fudge? You can't spec a Model Y on Tesla's website? Shop available. Bruh, I just want to spec one. Oh, here we go. Let me go order. There we go. A Model Y. Let's see. A Model Y performance. Damn. Even that's not bad. 3.5 seconds on the Model Y. And that's like, let me see. Purchase price. Damn, $52,000. Wow. Dude, that was smoke the RT. I think my buddy told me the RT Charger Daytona is going to start off at $52,000. You can get a fully spec'd Model Y performance at the same freaking price. Man. Golly, 155 miles per hour. Jesus. And then 279 range. Okay. 3.5 seconds. I mean, the Scat Pack will basically kind of meet that. It'll beat it a little bit, but then it's going to take off from it. 155 miles per hour top speed. Oh, man. That's going to be crazy. And then, like I said, the thing with these Tesla vehicles, they're all pretty much fully loaded. The only real option you add on here is autopilot and self-driving. Right? Other than that, everything is in the car. That's one beautiful thing about Teslas. They're all fully loaded. And these Dodge cars, you gotta add a carbon suede package. You gotta add this package. You gotta add the speaker package. You gotta add that package, right? So, man, oh man, that. I wonder if did Dodge spec the Charger Daytona against Tesla's SUVs? Because if we're going against Tesla's SUVs, they'll temporarily beat them. I mean, the 0 to 60 ain't as fast, but since they got a higher top speed, they'll get smoked. They'll get walked. Wow, this is amazing. I gotta do an update video about this. Like, the only thing that the Charger Daytona beats is the freaking SUVs. Oh God, man. Oh God, I gotta. Oh man, damn. Do I want? I don't know. Does the Banshee even have a chance against the Model S? I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Golly. I don't know if the Model. I don't know if the Banshee can take the Model S. Oh man, that's gonna be bad. Golly, that's gonna be a tough one. Wow, that's gonna be a toughie. Man. Man, them Charger Daytona look bad already. God, doggy. I want Dodge Garage. What? Oh, it's for the alchemy crap. Oh wow, they're still doing alchemy drawings. Oh wow, they're doing all the way to April. Where's freaking Dodges? There we go. There go Dodge. Oh God. Oh man, where could we have gone wrong? This is like the worst update to a platform I think we've ever seen in our entire lives. Oh God. And I told Kinesis, man, I hope y'all upgrade the front end of this car because I don't like the front end. The rest of the car looks good, but that front end is like, I had such high hopes for this car, but the more and more I see it, and the more and more I research it, it's just terrible. Like, there's like no passion in this damn car. Golly. And the bad thing, let me see if I got a good front end picture of it. Let's see. You go zoom. So that was that car. Let me go YouTube. Let me go and look. What is Oh, I gotta watch TK's video. What am I gonna look up? Oh yeah, Dodge EV Day. Dodge EV Day. Because I want to see. There we go. Scroll back. Oh, come on now. Now, you see this right here, right? Let me grab me a screen grab. I'm definitely gonna talk about this in the video, right? You see this front end right here. Now I have no idea. This might be a Banshee, but that front end right there looks nothing like this front end right here. Let me get a better picture of the chart of Daytona. Chart of Daytona front end EV. Zoom back out. Let's see. Where's a? Oh, there we go. Zoom back in. Yeah. You know what? Let me just go on Photoshop. I'm just digging around. Let me go to Photoshop real quick. I'm gonna go in Photoshop real quick. That way we can see it a lot better. Open my Photoshop up. New. Post these two pictures in Photoshop because this is not adding up. And then let me just copy this photo, copy image, throw it in my Photoshop real quick. Okay, I'll go and bring y'all. I'll go up on top this time. Let's see. These front ends do not add up. Oh, scrap. Let me go ahead and just cut this car out. Do 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 do. Boop. Boop. There we go. You can see these front ends do not match. These front ends do not match. Oh man, like the vents are more aggressive. Like you can see a line right here. Let me see if I can find a better picture of this freaking Charger. Those do not look alike. I'm thinking this is the Banshee's front end. That's what I'm thinking this is. I think this is the Banshee's front end. Let me see if I can get a head-on shot. Where's a good head-on shot? I think that's a good one right there. It can give me a great head-on shot with this daggone car. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Oh, man, I got this crap in my way. I can't see. Ah, yeah, okay. Where's my delete button? Delete. this. We're going to just crop this out. Let me go ahead and copy this. We're going to hide that one, and then we're going to crop. But yeah, you can see right here, those two front ends is not the same. Like this one right here. Yeah, that line's not the same right there. Open it, like you tell the grill design is not the same. It's a similar shape. This bulge right here, this right here is bulging out of the car, and that's going straight into the car. Let me zoom in some more. But yeah, you can see what I'm talking about. Like the bulge right here is not the same. This is like a different kind of bulge, and that right there is different right there. So I'm thinking that the Banshee is going to have a different front end on it. And then you got these different vents. These is like a more performance vents with a grill. That does not like that grill right there. And this right here is a scat pack. This right here, I'm thinking this is the Banshee. It has way more aggression to the car. But, you know, that's part of the problem right here. This car looks exactly, this scat pack looks exactly like the RT. There's no separation between the two cars. Like the only way you know the difference between a scat pack and an RT, it seems like it's just a badge. Let's see. But I think the Banshee, I think that's what I think this is. I think taking this is hiding a Banshee right here. And I think it's gonna look better. Because I don't, like I said, I personally do not like this front end. I think this front end does not look right. It's too squared off. It just looks like, I mean, for an EV, yeah, but the gasoline versions, no. The gasoline version should have had a different front end on them. These do not look right for the gas cars. And I mean, I understand that they're supposed to have some additional cutouts. Charter EV, let's see. What was that? 6-pack? Yeah, let's see. Copy image. Let's go and bring it over here. Get out of my way. Yeah, I just don't like it, man. They basically just took the same front end, like Stellantis was being very cheap. They took the same front end and added a cut for some additional cooling for the engine. And then you got this big goofy hump in the hood. I don't know, man. I definitely had to see one in person. I haven't told anyone really yet, but I'm going to get a vehicle from Dodge in the next few weeks to do a review on. So I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what vehicle it is yet, but you'll see what it is. I'm going to have it for like a week, and I promised them that I would give it a fair evaluation, because let's just say it's one of the worst selling vehicles in America right now. And let's just say that it is a vehicle that I have not given any respect, because I don't like the car at all, period. So I'm gonna have that car for a week, and I'm gonna give it a fair review, and then I'm gonna ask them if I can get one of these cars as well too. But yeah, I'm gonna see if they'll let me have one of these to review, because I know I'm a very, very, very tough critic when it comes to these cars, and I just don't know, man. Hey, man, don't be revealing stuff, no, man. Don't be revealing stuff, man. But I will give it a fair review. I told him, like, look, man, I'm so used to driving Dodge Caravans that I'm not gonna come at it from a Hellcat owner's perspective. I'm coming at it from a Caravan. I mean, I never driven a Journey, but I would imagine a Journey is not the fastest, most quality vehicle on the road. But I just do not like this front end, man. I mean, I wish they would have changed the nose. Like, I hope they give this car a nose job. This might be the one Hollywood nose job that I think we will all be in support of. I mean, the rest of the car, I like the rest of the car. I just don't like the nose. The nose is just like them being cheap. Like this is like the cheapest front end options that they could have done, right? We done went from headlights with air intakes on them to these plain Jane freaking headlights that you can go find on find like an 80s GMC truck. This is like the most laziest design I've seen in headlights, right? What can you do with these? Like it's just ridiculous what they did with these headlights, right? I mean, what the heck is this? That shows no passion. I mean, they could have easily put some a vent in there for the Hurricane engines in there for this headlight design. That's why I was like, I hope, especially when I saw this slit in the light bar, I was like, okay, cool. They're gonna basically make a freaking maybe they're gonna make like a different hood, and the hood is gonna come down, and then boom, it's gonna come down like that, and then maybe you have a vent in there. Mopar junker, they are LED reflectors. Which part are you talking about LED reflectors? I mean, I know I've seen those. Let me see. You talking about LED reflectors? Oh, you must be talking about right here. I'm just talking about the whole headlight in general, right? I mean, we done went from, like I said, let's see. We done went from headlights like this, where we got intakes in the headlight. We done went from the most iconic freaking headlights in cars. Like we got intakes in the freaking headlights. I mean, hell, even the Charger headlights was not bad. The Charger headlights were pretty cool. We don't went from great taillights in the Charger. I mean, even like this Charger right here, right? You can see in there we got intakes into the grill. We got very aggressive front ends. And then we go from this aggressive front end to this. That's what I'm talking about, right? I mean, where's the intakes? Where's the aggression? Where's the vents in the hood? Like you only get this one. I'm assuming this is the one vent to let heat out the daggone front, if this actually is an actual vent in the car. But we went from like one of the most aggressive looking cars on the road. And I mean, Dodge watered it down to the point to where even SXTs look mean. Even RTs look very aggressive, right? So it's like, we went from such an aggressive looking car. And that's why I think that their cheaper cars sold so many, because they look just like the high horsepower cars. And I'm going like, this right here is like, I mean, like, the one thing that kills me now is, right, I go hear a car, and I'm going like, oh man, that's a Scat Pack, that's a Hellcat, and then next thing I know, I have to basically discount a Challenger or whatever, or a Charger, unless I hear it. If I see a wide body Challenger or Charger, it used to be, oh, Hellcat, oh, Red Eye, oh, Super Stock. Now it's like, oh, I see a wide body. Like, damn, there's a lot of wide body Challenger Chargers out there right now, because they're all 392s. So I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, hold on, what badge is on the car? It used to be, oh, it got a Hellcat. Oh, he good. Oh, good. He good. Don't mess with him. Now I'm like, freaking 392s. It was only get to the point where I was going like, man, shoot, are the wide body gonna go down to RTs, or wide body gonna go down to SXTs? That's all I get to the point of, will Dodge water it down to wide bodies on lower trims? And I just like, man, this car here just looks, I'm gonna go back. This car looks so watered down. I mean, it's like, who would think that this is gonna be the gasoline version of the current cars? I mean, we went from cars like this. This Charger right here, even though I would never own a Charger because I do not believe in a four-door car, if I had to be forced to buy a Charger, I would buy this Charger because it looks so aggressive. There is no other sedan in the world that looks better than a Charger. And I'm just sorry if anybody has a different take on it. Maybe a CT5 Blackwing or something like that. but there's no denying that a Charger is a very beautiful car. And the only reason why I would never buy one because I do not believe in a 4-door Charger. But this one right here, we went from this to this. That's just like, oh my goodness, man. It's like I can understand this is just only an EV only car, but not to have this front end. The front end looks basic to me. It looks better in person. Seeing the prototypes on the road. Yeah, I mean, I can understand it being better in person. Like I did the same thing for the Hornet, right? I thought the Hornet was a very ugly car. I thought the Hornet was a very ugly car just looking at it, just in photos. But when I saw it in person, I was like, okay, yeah, it looks a little bit better. It has a decent size on it. And I sat in the interior. The interior was like, I thought this interior was like, it wasn't really like the best looking interior, in photos and stuff. But then I sat into it, I'm like, man, this is a pretty nice interior on it. So yeah, I know not to judge a book by its cover, and I'll definitely go look at one. But it's like, it's still to the point of we done went from the most aggressive looking cars ever to basically European looking watered down cars. These cars look like especially the Hornet, they look like basically what they are. They look like freaking Europeans trying to make cars for Americans. That's basically what it look like, right? That's basically what a Hornet is. It's a European car with a Charger slapped on the front of it to make it look like it's an American car when it's really a European car, right? I mean, and that's, to me, that's what this Charger is. It's a European Charger trying to be made to look like it is a actual American Charger. So, the Hornet, I saw a Hornet at Barrett Jackson. I sat in one. I thought it was a pretty interesting vehicle. I even text Tim Kniss like, hey, you know what? I take it back. The Hornet is a very nice vehicle. I mean, I would probably never own one unless I buy one for my mother or something. But other than that, it's pretty decent. And then, I was like, I was talking to him about the GLH. And I was like, if anything, I would love a GLH version to see, how this is supposed to be. But I know he was telling me that they got to get some classification stuff fixed in order for it to for them to actually offer the GLH package. But I think the GLH would be a nice vehicle. But the thing that killed me, the Hornet, is just too expensive. It's way too expensive. I mean, if Dodge wanted to make a splash in the market, this car should technically be about $5 to $10 grand cheaper. It's just way too expensive. Like, there's really no amount of talking that they can do to make me pick this over maybe like a Mazda or something like mid-size SUV, because the pricing is too high, especially now. It's like, let me go back to Dodge's website. Vehicles. Yeah, the Hornet starts off at $31,000. Come on, Internet, you're a little bit faster than this. And to me, honestly, it's like this car is like $5 to $10 grand more expensive than what it should be. Like, I mean, a GT Hornet should be about in the mid 25K range. I mean, I think it would be a lot more people that would like to actually, get in the vehicle if it was cheaper. But this is the worst selling vehicle in America right now. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to basically drive this one. So I'm going to get one of these from Dodge. I basically just gave them a week that I want to actually take delivery of it. So you'll see this right here. Hornet's not bad looking. Cons, over prices, and Italian electronics. Yeah. Definitely overpriced. Definitely overpriced. That's one thing I said to Kanisa. Like, dude, it's like overpriced, man. Like, it's a hard freaking sell because, I mean, if you think about it, the Hornet starts off at $31,000. A Challenger starts off at $32,000, and a Charger starts off at $35,000. You're literally in the same ballpark of what is somebody going to pick, especially somebody that look like me. If I'm black and I'm trying to get me a nice cheap Dodge vehicle, which one am I going to buy? Am I going to buy a Hornet at $30-something thousand, or I'm gonna spend a few grand more for some street cred and buy me a Charger. I think I know which one that someone's gonna buy. They look like me. Just saying. Honda should have had a different rear side window to differentiate it from the Tonale. Oh yeah, and that's the one thing, Mopar junkie. That was the one thing I don't like about this car. Right, this freaking this piece of the rear window right here, it comes with the car. So I remember I was at Barrett Jackson, and I opened the door, and I almost hit my nose on this little piece right here. This little edge piece of the glass comes out with the door. I was like, what the hell? I almost hit my nose on the damn thing. I'm like, this is a weird design choice. I mean, they should have, like I said, they should have ended it a lot sooner and did a little different change to it. But I mean, they could have did this car a little bit different, man. Like, if they could make a Challenger and a Charger on the same production line, and they use different sheet metal parts, and they basically have the same drivetrain, they could design this body a little bit different, right? But I mean, my main thing is I don't know why they didn't bring back the Durango, not the Durango, the Journey, the Mexico Journey. I don't know why they didn't bring that back. The Journey, Mexico. I mean, there is not really a bad looking SUV. They could have brought that back. And I think that will probably sell more than the freaking Hornet will. But oh well. Let's see. The GL8 parts is not. Oh yeah, Well, I talked to them about the GLH, and they were telling me that it's some kind of like classification thing they got to get fixed because that they had to get that fixed before they can actually do the GLH package. When I talked to a couple people from Dodge about that, but I think this freaking Journey is a lot better looking SUV, and I think it will basically sell better than a Hornet will. It looks like it's a little bit bigger. So honestly, this should have been one of Dodge priorities to bring this from Mexico to the U.S. I mean, they already have Ram trucks being made in Mexico getting shipped to America, so why not this? I mean, it's a cool SUV. All they had to do is basically do some change to the front end, get a little bit change to the front end. I think it'll work. I think it will work. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I talked to Canissas at Speed Week about it. Problem is imported from Italy. Canissa said they are going for a different market. Only problem is the same market as Denali. Oh yeah, yeah. I was talking to Canissas about it. Well, I was talking to him about it about 2-3 months ago about this, and then I talked to somebody else within Stellantis. Talked to somebody else was standing about 2 years over. Yeah, about 2 years. No, not fucking 2 years. But yeah, I talked to somebody else in Stellantis about 2 weeks ago, and they were telling me about some more stuff that was going on with the car. The Mexico Journey is a Chinese built, doesn't meet crash standards around here. Oh man, that's stupid. Hell, all they gotta do is just basically get GAC to freaking updated so they can sell it in another market. But that's definitely a freaking miss. I think that vehicle will sell good here. But I'm gonna have fun in a freaking Hornet. It's gonna be hilarious. Oh man, oh god, I'm gonna see if they get me a freaking Charger too. See if I can drive I'm saying drive a Scat Pack. Like, hey, Dodge, can I have a Scat Pack to try it for a week? Cause I've been talking crap about a lot of your cars, and I definitely want to try this one out. I do know some people who have some they already I do know people with a few Teslas around here. I can definitely benchmark a Charger Daytona Scat Pack against some run of the mill Teslas. One of my neighbors up the street, I think he owns a Model 3 Performance, and I think he also owns the regular Tesla Model S. So one of my neighbors got both cars I could test the Scat Pack against. So that would be very, very interesting. They canceled already due to Stellantis breaking away from GAC, the company in China who owns it. Oh man, they already broke away from it. Oh god, bunch of dummies. Yeah, I remember reading an article, Mopar Junkie, about them. What was that? One of those plants in Russia that the Russians done seized, and they're building parts to make some more vehicles. And like one of the Chinese companies, I don't know if it's Geoc, they're supplying that plant parts to build those cars in Russia. I was reading that like, oh crap, that's freaking funny. My wife had some trouble with her student loans and always effed us. Yeah, Don. And that's the same thing that, I'm dealing with right here. Like, I did not know these stupid student loans, like 6 out of like 20 something are showing as freaking in collections. And the funny part is, like, the bank was giving me like a hard time. Like, hey, well, you got these 6 loans in collection. I'm like, huh? I ain't 6 loans. I'm like, man, I ain't got no 6 loans, no collections. Like, oh yeah, you got these student loans right here. I'm like, oh God. So I got to kind of I had a nice little conversation with the Department of Education about that crap, but I got to have a conversation with the credit union on Monday to let them know, like, look, those things are not in freaking in collections for real. They're just sitting there looking like that. Love the kid, and better yet, that Butter's a great dad. Speaking of kid, he's being quiet. And I heard his tablet around me. I'm gonna go on a hunt, see if he is around me. Give me 1 second. He's actually in his little chair, asleep. Let me take a picture of this dude. Yeah, he's actually like can you see it? Can you see it? Is he gonna focus? He's actually sitting right there in his chair. I was like, I heard his tablet. I'm going like, where is he at? His tablet went off, so he done fell asleep. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here, and go get him in the bed. But thanks all you guys for spending your Saturday night with me. It's nice to know that I'm not the only person who don't have a life. Oh man, but yeah, nice talking to all y'all. Mopar Junkie done. I'm gonna see you guys later, and I'm gonna have some more videos out this week, and then I'm gonna definitely make some more videos after I get this big editing PC. Cause let me take a picture of this crap. So this is my editing PC. I just took a picture of. So that's my editing PC. So I got to fit that huge editing PC into this little box right here. This is a little tiny little box. This right here is like a third of the size of my current box, my editing PC. So this is how I'm going to be able to solve my problem of not being able to edit on the road, or fitting that PC into this little thing. Since I need another about $5,000 for an editing laptop. In the meantime, I'm gonna put that in this case right here and take this around me when I go travel around the country. So after I put my son to sleep, I'm probably going to basically do that little project, and then after that, I'm gonna make some videos and get them out for the week, because I gotta go fly back to Chicago like Tuesday, Wednesday. So, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna reconsolidate. There are low interest rate federal credit unions that help you research. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, Mopar Junkie. I'm actually getting them to. I'm basically getting them to do that now, but the credit union, seeing that those 6 loans are shown in collections, even though I'm getting all my stuff reconsolidated, like, oh, you got 6 missing. Like, no, these are the same 6 that are supposed to be in that whole reconsolidation crap that I'm supposed to be doing. So it's just another piece of nonsense that's it just delay me getting this freaking demon. Do you know how much the 170 loan block might cost? Yeah, about $20,000. Yep. Me and my wife don't have a life. We're just sitting here watching you. What's going on, live? Well, yeah, I know it's been a while. It's been what, almost 2 weeks since I did a live stream, but I'm definitely gonna get more into it. As the it warms up, that's basically my time to be on the road. So my main problem is I can't edit videos on the road because my freaking I don't know if you guys saw me on freaking I don't know if you guys saw me on Instagram where I basically had my editing PC, my freaking Dell laptop. I had to sit it on the AC unit in my hotel room and crank the AC unit down to like 60 degrees, so it's blowing cold air on my laptop, and that was the only way I get the laptop stop from shutting off when I'm trying to edit the video. And it was getting like when I edit the video, encode the video, because when you edit the video, you got to encode it in order for it to play back, on regular, video players. So I'm trying to do that crap. Every time the video player would get about like it get about 25% done, PC would shut off, and I can't, encode the video to upload to YouTube. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit this laptop on the AC unit, have it open, and have the air blow right on it. So I got pillows all around it to direct all the air on the laptop, and and it was blowing air on there, and that was the only way I could get that one video to freaking process. Like my Dell laptop is getting to the point where it's getting so bad, and that laptop's only like 2 years old. It got like i7. It got like I think like a I think like maybe like a 3090 in it, a little integrated graphics card or whatever. But it cannot edit videos for nothing. So I'm gonna squash that crap in the bud, because my editing PC I got right here is like an i9, 64 gigs of RAM, 4090 in it. So I'm gonna end that nonsense and put all that power into this one little case right here. And wireless keyboard. I already got a wireless mouse. You want like I love this little ergonomic mouse from Logitech. No wrist strain, because I used to hate editing videos. This right here, oh, I love this one. Get your little ergonomic mouse to edit videos with. I can edit videos all day long. That's how I was editing all those freaking YouTube shorts with that freaking mouse right there. It made it so much easier. But yeah, I'm gonna take this little cube with me everywhere I go to edit the video. So I get another about $5,000 and buy me a freaking editing laptop. I'm gonna buy. I'll show you guys a laptop I'm gonna buy. I already got it picked out and everything. I just gotta get the dollars. Where's the shop? There we go. There was the store. Let's see. Content creation, creator series. I'm gonna get this bad boy right here. I want this bad boy right. I want this one right here. This is what I'm going for right here. Yeah, so that bad boy right there, 16 inches, i9, 4K screen, 64 gigs of RAM. Got me a daggone RTX 5000 in there. I want this bad boy right here, but that sucker is $5,000. So I'm like, I would buy one right now, but I need that money for my Demon 170. So my Demon 170, once I get it locked down, my next goal is this freaking laptop. To replace my daggone Dell one. I'll be basically halfway there. I gotta sell my old editing PC in my Dell laptop now. That should get me halfway to buying this laptop, and then hopefully maybe by the summertime I'll buy this laptop and boom, I'll be good to go. Because I need a mobile setup anyway, because as I was saying to you guys earlier, if I do a podcast with like a couple of guys like TK, OC Motivator and stuff, we do that crap, and do podcasts with other guys, bring other people on, especially guys who's like, in the industry and stuff like that. I think it'd be a great podcast about, Dodge, these dealers, especially these daggone dealers. And then all the stuff going on with the demons, because, all three of us, me, TK, OC Motivator, we all got plenty of demon stories. I know OC Motivator, a lot of people talk to him about stuff. TK got way more stuff Then I got a lot of stuff. And then I think we have a great podcast. We need to call it like Only Demons. Oh, I haven't seen any crate 170s available. Yeah, shoot. Adam, those Demon 170 engines, they went quick. Like my buddy told me there's only they only had like 40 in the batch, and they basically didn't advertise that they had them available. But he told me when they had them available, and people already snatched them up, and like some of the dealers, some dealers, had already had them already in stock when they were supposed to go live. Because one of my buddies is like a power broker for one of the bigger power broker dealers in the country. And so he basically tells me, like I said, all the time when stuff comes available, especially like he was telling me about the stage 3 kit for the red eyes and stuff. He was telling me about the stuff going on with the power brokers nonsense. So I'm glad I got a lot of connections in a lot of places. Let's see. I seen a 170 sunroof carbon wheels, red seats. It was 146 online 2 weeks ago. Went into 246. Yeah, hey Marquise, I'm gonna tell you this, right? I've told people this in other videos. If you want your Demon 170, your best time to get one is in the next probably 4 weeks, because Dodge has a deadline to get all those cars out from around Penske by the end of March, because they need to get them all off the books and sold before like their Q1 earnings, from what a couple guys was telling me within Dodge. So you're going to have basically about, let me look at the numbers right now. I tell you exactly how many still left up there at Penske. I can tell you exactly how many still left. So you're going to have a crap ton of carbon fiber wheel Demon 170s hitting the market at the same time. So if you want you a non-carbon fiber wheel car, those suckers are going to be dirt cheap. Power broker price gouging on. I'm gonna definitely look at that one. Let me go outside of this form right here. I'll look at that one in a second. Let's see, Demon 170. There we go, Demon 170. When did my boy update this list? When did he last update? 3/15. So that was what else? Yeah, pretty much 2 days ago. But yeah, still sitting at the plant. You got, let's see, carbon fiber wheel cars. You still got, let's see, 750. You still got about 70 carbon fiber wheel cars still coming. Yikes. How many still sitting in the plant? They still got about 200 cars coming. So yeah, you still got about 200 cars sitting at the plant. They're going to be coming out. No, 100 cars. There's still 100 cars left to get shipped out. So they're probably going to get shipped out this week. Within the next 2 weeks, those cars are going to get shipped out. Oh man, I gotta tell my boy at Dodge to get my car there. But yeah, there's still like another 100 cars. So the next 4 weeks, when all these cars get delivered, there's going to be a crap ton of carbon fiber wheel cars available. Crap ton of carbon fiber wheel cars. And then you can have a lot of these cars are sitting like there's like guys posting now. There's like 5 Demon 170s with sunroofs sitting in the dealership, not selling. No one wants sunroof cars. And this dealership has 5 sunroof cars all in one spot. So if you want your Demon 170, I'm pretty sure they're going to drop down to maybe like 20K range, 20K over sticker. Especially for like the non-carbon fiber wheel cars. Those carbon fiber wheel cars, they're probably going to sit in that 50 to 80K range over sticker. But those non-carbon fiber wheel cars, yeah, they're definitely going to be pretty cheap. But and I tell guys, hold on, just wait, because there's still going to be plenty of cars available. So they did a nice little clear out the last couple of weeks, because it was about like 300 something cars 2 weeks ago. Now it's about like 100 cars that's still left. And what was it? 50. So pretty much around 70 of 100 of those cars still left there have carbon fiber wheels. Yeah. I bet in 2025, D170 will still be. Oh yeah, there's still gonna be some D170s still sitting at dealerships in 2025. I guarantee you, because that owner is gonna let it sit there, because they're gonna be someone that's so damn proud they want 100K over. I mean, Huntington Beach had 16, or I think it was 16 2018 Demons sitting there. So I guarantee it's gonna be at least a handful. It's gonna be still sitting in the dealership. So still we have plenty of opportunity. But I got a damn call and make sure I let them know because I'll let you guys know once I get everything taken care of. But I do have a car on hold at that dealership, or not the dealership, but on hold at the plant. So we're getting there at the last 100. So I gotta make some daggone calls and get that car released. But I'm gonna go ahead and get my son in the freaking bed. See, he'll just sleep in that freaking chair. I knew I heard his butt. Let's see. Did he? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the guy I was helping out who had the defective scat pack. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I don't know. Do I have my music set up? Nope. I gotta finish set my all my switches up. But I'll see you guys later. And until the next time,